Beast, of course, both these characters really scary against the wall, but Kazumi is a different kind of monster, man. Ooh, she nasty.
Take seemed to really have a good understanding of Geese as well when he played.
Yeah, for sure. And his style kind of naturally lends himself to that too, right? He's very defensive, very analytical, right? You got to remember, Take. This is a nice guy, man. Evo Japan. He says, you know what? I'm gonna single-handedly take JDCR out the tournament for everybody. Let's make this interesting. Beat JDCR winners, put himself in losers, then beat him again. Dude,
that's hard to do.
Ain't too many guys. That's a very short list of guys, man.
So you can see the spacing pretty typical of Kazumi. She wants to go for the forward two. Geese trying to get in close. Oh, whiffing.
He wants to get off that wall too. Again, any hit's just going to naturally carry for it. Even when you're blocking, it's very easy to lose against this character. You're getting pushed to the wall.
Pekos is behind. He doesn't have his gauge full.
Has rage though.
Still not enough to kill.
Fishing for a hit. 1 bar maximum. It's not too scary. Good dog. Gets the hit.
This will finish it.
Look at Pekos, man. See you doubted him.
Honestly, I thought Take had it.
Bro, when that health bar is flashing red, you cannot count him out, especially this character with a bar.
Go up to the low. He's having a real problem with the forward 1+2, right? He's whiffing it. Kazumi going for the low. Gets the counter hit. Let's go to the wall.
That's Pekos' turn. Good rollout, eats him up low.
Quite a different match than what we saw before. Oh, gets him from behind.
Gets the back turn. Stand 4 from Pekos. Chipping him down, gets the chop at the end.
Damage output.
It's looking like a completely different game.
Maybe Take's just warming up, we'll see.
That's true, Take, of course, you heard him talk about his style, and that's pretty much how everyone else describes him too, right? Very analytical, likes to stay back, likes to be more grounded maybe than most other Kazumi players, but he's willing to explode, to exploit your habits later on in the set. I think the longer set goes, he typically is very strong.
Solid play with Pekos. You can see him building the meter with the Rikuken. Goes into the 14 frame cancel for the combo to the wall.
Yeah, just overwhelms him with aggressions. Yeah. That's right. Like we said, like Take, he can be kind of a slow starter, right?
But he's looking quite confident, Pekos. We could see a different outcome this time.
Yeah, and the problem is, we said it was a good thing before, but man, it's only first to 2. You only have 1 more game, Take.
Gotta get started. Now I gotta say, I like the T-shirt Pekos is wearing. That's the collaboration with Tanahashi, the Lars one.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
You know, also something else Pekos mentioned, but when you talk about him, he's been traveling a lot, obviously. Like Tekken World Tour expanded, pretty greatly into Asia last year and the year before. But Pekos is someone who's been traveling and playing a lot of different games too. And I have to think maybe, for example, I know he's been playing a little bit of Guilty Gear. I know he's been playing a little bit of Street. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He's been playing everything, man. He's a monster. He wants to play. You got to imagine what kind of experiences playing multiple games overseas like that is going to give you. What kind of experiences that's going to give you in terms of playing under pressure on a big stage. Oh my God, he got this wall.
Take that double combo. Wow.
Get you out the air. Come here, girl.
This one-sided match against Take, you don't see that often.
But this is how it can be, right? But when both characters are nasty against the wall like that, it's whoever gets it. Takes the safe ender from the knee, gets the standing forward.
He was going from the low, from the stance before. He went from the high, just,
mixing up his options. Gets the running 2.
Safe.
Push to the wall just like that. Get back to the wall. You're going to take this command grab, brother.
Go fly. There you go, flying knee,
I wish she'd hit me with those knees, Tiger.
At the wall again.
I'm trying to find a woman like that. Gets her up low, push to the wall. Now Pekos with advantage. Got rage. Oh, good sidestep. Chopping him with those down 4-1s. Good blocking low and punish. And here's the point where Pekos has to be able to respond, because Take can definitely, again, switch back. He's all about that.
This time not whiffing the 4+1-2 though.
And Pekos taking great advantage of the wall of the set. It's definitely benefited him more than it has Take so far. Back to the middle of the stage. Good movement from Pekos, but again, backing himself into the wall.
Oh, no punish on the knee.
Just the 1-1-2. Ooh, in the whip punish, boy. Get you back off that wall. Come on. Chop. Nice. Way down parry on the low. Got a little bit predictable with it.
Predictable? Pretty close.
Ooh, and there you see it. Everybody talks about how bad her lows are, but again, the package, man. When you have
steady.
Yeah. When you have a character who has just such threatening mids, a command throw like that, it's even if the lows are slow, a little bit slower in terms of frame data.
Slow but good range, knockdown on counter.
You're gonna get hit by them just because you're so dependent on blocking mid.
Oh,
Gets a down shot. Get over here, side switch it, got you back to the wall. Taki gonna take the side
defensive.
move. Block, but that's safe.
I've seen Pickles playing really compact here recently. Going to the wall.
Take off that one launcher, look at this reward. Damage and the wall. Once she bring that big cat out.
He's got a full meter though, you know, he has the time.
When that was a bad hit.
Seconds.
That strike put him just in the range. Oh man.
Run away, but yeah.
That one strike. He touched him with the one, put him in the rage, and then oh man, that sucks.
4-4-2. Keeping the good range for Kazumi. He goes in when he wants to attack, but otherwise he's just kind of standing off. Low with Geese. Good cancel to the wall.
Yeah, and here's the problem. 2 bars of max.
Keeps her at the
trade.
wall.
Pekos has done a really good job of mixing up his pokes.
Good spacing.
Good
Gonna try to rebuild the meter here.
Yeah, and it's on him. He has the life lead. He doesn't have a reason to go in or press. Gets the hit.
Nice
Pekos
finish.
shutting Take out 2-0 to start this match. Well, what's good? 10 years ago, he does it with the big body. He comes in here, he gets cut, man. He dies. Goes to the gym, bringing Geese back in here, gonna shut Take out 2 games straight in the first round of this bracket.
Did his homework.
I told you, he lost. Right, he lost 2 consecutive times to Take. That's crazy. Wow.
Doesn't like to lose, huh?
Well,
But it was good. He played compact. He didn't use the low kick from the stance much. It's very, vulnerable.
yeah, for sure. You saw him mixing up his options, as you mentioned earlier, a little bit too. And again, the second game, he used the wall better than Take did. He was consistently maintaining the positional advantage and was able to take advantage of what the wall gives Geese. In the first to 2, in the first to 10, maybe not, but in the first to 2, this character is dead. That's the #1 thug from Southtown, baby. Come on.
Yeah, honestly, I do think that Kazumi has more tools, so if they did go a longer set, Take might have more time to adjust.
Yeah, I mean, that's the current character strength meta discussion, right? She's obviously, if you're talking about like the longer set, she's going to be more consistent maybe. But in a first to 2, you think Geese won't bust you in a first to 2?
Well, it wasn't the Geese stage, luckily. So.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm still waiting to see that in tournament. I'm still waiting to see that. You know what I'm talking about? That big sequence where you get the double wall break in the balcony?
That music, though, huh?
The music, everything about it, man.
If you're one of the older gamers like us, it really reverberates with you. So, next match is Nobi versus Hakayo.
Hakayo, and okay, these brothers got some history too, especially recently.
Nobi, you can tell like he's hungry.
Mike, when we go back to the camera, I want you to look up like that. I want you to look up like that.
I got a hat, you can't really tell, right?
っていうゲームを取ったら終わり本当に人生ですね
He's just talking about how Tekken is his life.
This is
If he
life,
didn't have
yeah.
Tekken, he had nothing else. I don't know what's up with the pose.
実験っていうのを使っていくっていうのを
He's been washing my
決め
pants,
て
he
から
broke
ずっ
me,
と
man.
第一人者としてそういう気持ちでやってきたのが僕だって自分の中では思ってるん
So
で
this says
僕は
Tekken
自分が一番強いと思っ
community
て世界が一
pioneer,
番強い
right?
と思ってます
You're
し
saying that he's kind of like the first Japanese player to actually be out there as a spokesman
僕
almost
の
in
そ
the
の
community
得意
and
キャ
going
ラ
to
ク
all
タ
these
ーっても
tournaments.
う10年ぐらい使ってるキャラクターがいてベン
He's
チャ
been
ー
using
は
Dragunov for 10 years. It's true. Like, no one was using Dragunov. I remember being on the development team. We had one of the balancing dudes who started using Dragunov solely because no one was using him at the time. So. And it actually turned out to be a lot of good characters, a lot of tools that no one had really picked up on yet.
Yeah, I definitely remember a period of time where the character was not nearly as
い
popular
や
as
8
he is now.
人の中でとか何も考えて
Now
ない
everyone's got a pocket Dragunov.
And of course, the execution demands have been lowered a little bit recently, right? That's got to be one reason why maybe some people went to him. But this is a guy who with character love, and look at that roar. Man.
He looks like one of those statues in the Akuma statues.
Would you let that guy take care of your kids?
Nah.
Hell no, man.
Nobody's slim down a bit. You can tell when he's like hungry and when he's not. He's got that I can't say I have the same kind of problem often. But
And this brother here, man, you got the sole West Coast Japan representative in this bracket.
yeah, from the Kansai area,
Yeah.
right?
日本の鉄拳って今関東と九州が強いって言われてるんですけど、今回の大会で俺が勝って
You're just talking
大
about
阪が
how
最強っていうのが分からせます。
Kyushu and Kanto, which is like the Tokyo, Saitama,
普段
Kanto
はすごい
areas,
人見知りなんですけど、
strong. He wants to represent Kansai area to win the
鉄
tournament.
拳では
I want to talk about this after this.
相手を
There's
フ
a
ルボ
lot
ッ
of
コにした
interesting
時
points here.
がたまらないんですよ。
He's saying his favorite part about Tekken is when you're just wailing on your opponent.
僕がいつも使うキャラクターはキングです。相手の技を受け切って、僕の技を返すっていうスタイルなんですけど、まさにプロレス
Somehow he loves King to not just receive his opponent's attacks, but to deal even more of a
僕の心に
devastating
火
counter
が
blow.
ついたっていう感じがしましたね。その子のためにも絶対に負けるわけにはいか
He's
ない
saying he's on fire. For some reason,
誰が一番強いプロだみたいな
he can't upset his father. He has to win.
Yeah, well, he recently became a father. He's trying to win for his,
Oh,
his
it's
family.
Tuesday, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. He's pretty young to be a father.
Oh, come on, man. He's
He's
getting
doing the
a little
standard
bit.
pro
Yeah.
wrestling.
So yeah, check it out. This is Hakayo. They call him
The faces, dude.
Kansai no Hoshi. They call him the star of West Japan. And check it out. He's the sole representative for West Japan in this tournament. What's interesting to me is, so you know, I'm a fighting game man, and I love arcades. So what's tight about this to me is the story in the background. When we look at the Tekken 5 to Tekken 6 era, Osaka had a lot of representation, a lot of top players, a lot of SPO Tokyo championships in the mix. What's happened, though, essentially, is the culture, the arcade culture for Tekken in West Coast Japan produced environments that was not that were difficult for new players to come into. For example, top players in Osaka used to always sit on the two-player side of the cabinet. If you knew you wanted to come in, you had to sit and deal with the one-player side. And that was bad for two reasons. Obviously, it makes a tough environment for learning, but also it separates the top players from everyone else.
Right.
So what happened was, you saw West Japan, which used to be on par with East Japan in terms of Tekken community strength, in this Tag 2 into 6 era, because they produced fewer newer players, they've now kind of fallen off. Hakayo is really the only one out here doing work for West Japan. In contrast, we look at Kyushu down south. You look at the Chikurins who helped raise the Gens, helped raise the Norimas, helped raise the Taiseis.
And Masakari himself is from
Yeah,
Kyushu.
he just moved here recently. But again, that's the thing. You got to take care of those young players, man. If they're coming to you trying to learn, you got to help raise them up. Because now, here's the dialogue. Where, as we used to say, and we're used to saying this with so many games out here, it's East Japan versus West Japan. West Japan has kind of fallen off since Tekken Tag 2, and Kyushu from the south has risen to the point where we can almost say that there's a lot of competition between East Coast Japan and the South now. You know, you got to think about EVO 2014 Grand Finals when you see Gen standing toe-to-toe with JDCR. You got to think about Norima going ham last year on Tekken World Tour, almost explosive.
If it weren't the Korean tournament, especially, yeah.
Right. If it wasn't for Kudan's story, I think you got to talk about. You got to put Norima in that mix. He's definitely one of the most explosive players last year for the Tekken World Tour. You got to talk about the Taiseis doing work. You got to talk about Chikurin's still in the mix. You know? This again, the rise of the South, just because they cared about bringing in new players and cared about teaching. That's important. And you see the result now. West Coast Japan almost nowhere to be found in Tekken 7. If Hakayo's not here, no one's here from West Japan.
I think that rivalry really makes Tekken interesting, you know, living in Japan at least. You have West and East, as you said, kind of like a West Coast and East Coast.
For sure.
But then you have Korea as well. And Korea and Japan, there's a strong rivalry.
Yeah.
And then, you know, on the other end of the globe, you have the West, the US and Europe. And up until now, they've kind of been, you know, in the back seat.
But
I guess you could say.
the regional rivalry is definitely ramped up recently.
But they're wanting to be, you know, on the same stage, and we've seen a lot of top players really performing from the West, especially, you know, a few from Europe and also the US.
Fergus most notably. I
We're
think.
playing, you know, just on par with some of these players, even giving JDCR a run for his money. So
Yeah, man.
I think as the tour goes on, we'll see these rivalries going to be more interesting than some of the other fighting games, I think.
And so check it out. Nobi sitting down, no introduction necessary. Yamasa Nobi, he's one of the best Tekken players in the world, if not just Japan, then certainly the world, right? But actually, he missed top 8 at EVO Japan because he lost to who? None other than Hakayo on the other side. Hakayo beat him to keep him out of top 8. And you know, Nobi, of course, 3-time Master Cup champion, 3 consecutive Master Cups consecutive, man. 2015, he swept Evo Worlds and the Tekken King of Iron Fist tournament. Got himself a nice check at the end of that. And again, he got his pro license the hard way. He showed up the last chance qualifier, had to run through Norma, had to run through, had to run through Norma, had to run through Show, had to run through Double, had to beat Hakayo 3-1, and had to 3-0 Take in grand finals to get first place in a $20,000 check.
I think it's his mindset. You know, like you were saying, Tekken is his life.
Yeah.
And up until now, it was just about the game, but now he's got a sponsor attached to him. He's got all these expectations. I think that's really been a burden on Nobi. And I think finally he's been able to kind of get himself right with that.
That's right. He was in a bit of a slump. Almost 2016 or 2017, of course, disappointing finish for him in Tekken World Tour Grand Finals. But we saw him kind of bounce back strong in this January, in this February, really.
But he's not getting on the Shining Wizard.
And Hakayo on the other side, again, very defensive style. Him as well. You know, for Tekken 7 Vanilla for the arcade release, he was in the mix at the Tekken World Tour, at the King of Iron Fist tournament 2015. He was one of the Osaka representatives.
Right.
But almost been a ghost for a year and a half. Very difficult for him to gain any kind of momentum in tournament. And one reason why is he felt like West Coast Japan put a lot of pressure on him. They called him Kansai no Womba, the gatekeeper of West Japan. And under that pressure, he's definitely crumbled. He's not someone who deals with pressure very well. But
I think they just let it get inside their head.
yeah. But when he started to loosen up and started to play a little bit more casually, his results shot through the roof, and that's one reason why you see him in this top 8 bracket.
Looks like Nobi's on fire now. You know, he's
No grab after. Yeah, he's known for that up close while running too.
getting towards the wall. Hakayo's not going down. He's enraged though, and he's got enough life down to kill him.
And Hakayo in particular, again, he favors these kind of grindy matches. No mix-up after.
Nobi playing compact. Oh, that's
Gets
it.
the hit. And again, Hakayo has done this before. He's beaten Nobi at Evo Japan, lost to him at Tokaigi, but this is a match he can win. Gets the 4 anti-air. 122. And with this down 2. Got you back to the wall. Hakayo okay to fight there, but tech on the giant swing. You ain't teching this though. Let's go to downtown.
And Nobi's going for the armor move.
Corner switch there.
Good launch. The wall. Now to
Fighting
close
up,
it out.
one more series, gets the down 2 closer. And again, Hakayo also recently became a family man. Fighting here not just for money for himself, but wants to try to create a lifestyle with his pro gamer stuff. Backing up. And again, Hakayo again favors these grindy kind of matches. Wants to block it, then explode. Not going to happen here, though, man. Nobi got the back turn and then put him on the wall. Chopping away. Gets the 4-3.
You can see Nobi usually mixes up with the sharpener, the down 2, as well as the quarter circle forward 3. You know, that sliding kick. Because you don't counter, you can get the throw.
And there you saw, man. Hakayo was willing to block the first couple of strings, but because that's just his tendency, right? He's typically a more defensive kind of king player. But with the pushback off of those
You see Nobi popping the mints?
Oh,
You saw Shanao popping the mints earlier in the tournament series, and he just went beast. So I think
that's the top tier strats.
Yeah.
That's the strats. We take breath mints. It's a good practice.
Some of young looking players. You got Hakayo, he looks just like JDCR. I mean, as far as in like, you know, not old enough to get a beer.
Hey, no. I'm gonna call no racies on that one. No racies.
No, not racist, dude. I often get carded when I go to the U.S. Not so much recently, but. Second match.
Yeah, looking to snap back here. That time you saw at the end of the third round, he wanted to block too much. Got his back foot to the wall early, and Nobi just ate him up for it. This stage is going to be another concern as well, but see what he's got. Working his way out the corner, gets a good trade. Nobi taking advantage. Hakayo enraged though, off the wall, down parry. Talk to me.
He's enraged too, so this is going to do some damage.
Bomb. What you got?
Still no
Good
rage though
tech.
for Nobi.
Down jab, gonna close it out.
He's playing very safe.
Yeah. Rocking the big screen. Takes the 2-1.
You could tell when Nobi's playing a ducking punch that he's being pretty safe. One of the reasons he's been so popular is just because of he's got a very over-the-top style, the way he plays, very flamboyant.
Yeah, very aggro, very offensive. Chopping that tree. He's in rage, got a tall order to come back from this, but Kyle gonna deny him with the 1. And the shining wizard on his dead body. That's disrespectful out here, man. Good tech.
Seems all the top players don't really pay it any mind though.
It depends on the community for sure.
Maybe with the string.
Kyle has to be careful. Any hit, okay. That's a big one, trying to work his way out.
No
It's
throw.
the tech, but it's back to the wall, and here it is. You're gonna eat all this. Jimmy the King crown him.
The back 1-2 at the wall is just so much.
Yeah. So much return, and then it's plus on block too. That's brutal.
That assault, man, it's crazy. The running 2, I guess you say. Good read by Nobi.
That's right, gets the launch here. To the wall we go. Take all this, stomp you low. Went for the stomp and whip. Kyle got a chance here, got it rage, got the wall.
That's the problem with the 1+2 while rising is you switch places with the punish. At the wall a lot of times.
Gets the whip punish and Nobi closes out 2-0.
Another reason Nobi's so popular in the community as well is, there can be a lot of salt even in Japanese communities, but he's someone that all the players are really close to.
Yeah, if you talk to people about him, they say like, of course his appearance is very kind of like rough, rugged kid, right? But if you talk to him personally, he's very. A lot of people describe him as a warm personality, right? Doesn't really take too many losses that hard.
He's really done a lot for the community as well. He does so many of these, what would you call it?
Seminars?
Seminars.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. He goes, if you guys don't know, not just Nobi, I think Take's done them recently as well. Maybe you. Yeah.
Nobi's even got some videos up on some of the seminars he's done as well.
Yeah, so we were talking a little while ago about how the Osaka scene didn't take care of the young, right? In contrast, players like Nobi, I want to say you and Take have done it as well. They run seminars at arcades to try to help new players and intermediate level players level up. They actually go out to arcades and just teach people.
I know there's an arcade chain called Iskandar as well, where Nobi goes to. He'll play a lot of the intermediate players.
That place ain't nearby either. That's a long ass commute.
But he'll play a few matches with you, give you some pointers on what to fix. So he's done a lot for the community.
So you versus Double, the old man. You want respect, brother. He will give you none of it.
He's kind of like the team leader of Yamasa as well.
Yeah, so look, you can't say numbers. Michael Murray, you're going to confuse people like James Jen, will start to cry. I like to think of it in Brady Bunch notation. That's great. That's the big brother. Taki is the middle brother. That's Peter. Then you got little Bobby and Nobi.
So he's calling himself kind of like the intelligent one of the team.
Yeah.
He's got all the data in his head.
They definitely have that dynamic too, right? Kind of a Three Stooges dynamic. He's definitely the smartest.
But it's funny, it is. All the business ventures they have, all that kind of management side of it, all this is kind of done by you.
It's you, yeah. And you're going to talk about it. They're all pros, right? You, Take, and Nobi. You still has his day job. He prides himself on being a salaryman and being able to handle his responsibilities as a pro as well.
It sounds normal, but it's actually quite rare.
Dude, that's rough. That's rough, Mike. Because these brothers don't work 40-hour weeks. You know what that is.
And we're talking Japanese company. We're talking
this ain't a
like,
40-hour work week. This is, they get overtime for free. They work overtime for free.
この大会での勝利への方程式はもうはっきりと見えて
My man be coming home tired, extra
あとは
tired.
それになぞって
So he's saying he has the formula for victory.
And absolutely, no surprise, right? SPO Togeki 2006 champion, no respect.
And there was
You.
Also, they call him the Koshi, which is like prince in Japanese, often.
Let's not forget April 2015, top 8 as well. And look, this kid right here, man, we talking about the young kids.
He's saying the fastest in the world.
They call him the speedster.
ずっと鉄拳やっとんがですけど、とりあえず石川県ではもうその時から敵なしでしたね。天才
Seeing
小学
as the
生
top
と
in
呼ばれ
Ishikawa
て
Ken,
まし
which
た。
is kind of like
鉄拳に育てられたと言って
northeast of
も過言
Japan.
じゃないぐらいですね。
Trying
この大
to, you
会
see
で
Tensai
今でも
Shogatse?
天才だと
He's
言
been
って
playing since he's in elementary school. You gotta understand. When we,
These young kids, huh?
it's really easy to get distracted by the AKs, by the Gens, by the Tyson.
もう俺がもうっすね。
What you
Can you
guys
even go to arcade in elementary school? They're pretty strict on that kind of stuff,
Well,
right?
they usually are, but you see some brothers like to break away. And if you know a little bit more about this guy, you'll
プロ一
understand.
発目の大会です。
So
Gonna get shaken down for his pocket change.
it's really easy to get distracted with these modern players that are young, that have really explosive performances. But the truth is, in these legacy games, this has been going on.
This is what keeps them relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
double is essentially the game before game. You know, for example, the Master Cup series they ran was called Double Cup specifically because they felt like Double grew up with the tournament series. He's been playing since he's 11 years old.
Right. Much respect.
See, actually, he lives with Taku
Yeah, I didn't know
in
that.
Tokyo. And yeah, they just play all day recently. He hasn't had too many big tournament showings recently outside of Nihon Oja and Break the World, which happened again just a month or two ago. But you, baby, that's a long profile. Togeki 2006, Evo 2005, second place, Master Cup, Kelo Cup mainstay, Master Cup 9, second place, and again, that's another thing that you gotta talk about.
Quite a resume there.
Yeah,
僕自身まだ大規模な大会でちょっと優勝というのがないので
You're saying he's never won a major
Major
tournament.
tournament.
勝利を積み重ねて目指していきたいと思います
So he wants to win today.
and that's not strange when you talk about these legacy games, right? It's not strange to have a collection of players that are very, very high level, some of the best, but they never had that big stage win. That's a common theme with a lot of these games out here. You see double one of them.
You know,
So-
I feel that since we've been doing the Tekken World Tour, that there's a bigger motivation there to go out to more events for even Japanese players.
Yeah. And so actually something funny about double is right now, the way he gets money and plays in arcades is he takes all the money that he gets from pachinko and goes and plays. He gambles and then takes his winnings and goes to the arcade to play.
It's kind of common, you know. I won't name names, but I know a few other pro players here today that have made quite a bit of money off of pachinko.
I don't know anything about that world, man, but I'll take your word for it. That's pretty funny though, because
Well, hey,
he's a young
Yamasai
guy.
is a pachinko.
Yeah, you're right with it. Maybe he's fishing for a sponsorship. Maybe that's what it is. But again, you also got to remember he's only 24 years old. He's really young.
Yeah.
Again, he's the game before again. This brother was again making a very big impression on the tournament scene from a very young age. Again, hasn't had too many opportunities to travel overseas and show that necessarily, but he is definitely popular in Japan. Double law, going up against the legend Yu. How you feel about this? So we're probably gonna see Fang versus Law. What do you think about this matchup, Mike? Character-wise.
Well, you know, it's tough to call, but I just think the damage output from Fing is pretty scary,
Yeah.
especially if you go for the 4-3-4. And Yu he has so much experience fighting, not only in Japanese tournaments, but he's been to EVA so many years. So I think when it comes down to that point when you have to win, that the strength of the mentality there, I think is with you.
That's the thing, yeah. The overseas experience when it comes to fighting games is very valuable, especially in Japan. Yu is somebody, again, for upwards of 15 years now, right? He's been traveling all over the world playing this game. That's an invaluable experience. You being able to play on stages under pressure where there's a bunch of foreign languages in the background, that's not an easy feeling to replicate. That's not something that you can study for. You have to have that experience.
Then again, Double's a young kid, so you have the reflexes there. You have that kind of strong desire to win,
And
which
there-
I think kind of flags off a bit when you get older.
And there we say the lack of respect for maybe someone like you, right?
You mean you, me, or him?
No, not you. Not you. Not you. You.
I'm actually thinking of entering Evo this year.
What do you mean you're thinking about it? You should have been doing it.
Everyone's like, you need to enter Evo, but as a developer,
Oh, you have
shouldn't
early
be doing
access.
that,
You can enter. You have
Okay.
early access. You beat everybody. That's what you're trying to say? It wouldn't be fair?
Well, I think it's totally fair because I'm not that great.
Oh, you're a scumbag. You're a scumbag.
I'm
Mike.
alright. I'm so-so. I'm not up for the
scumbag.
money.
Here we go. Double gets the early hit. Caught you out of this movement. Gonna take the wall here. course, the wall accentuates Law's damage is the big thing, but you want this Howard estate, baby. The Weeaboo Gardens, take me there.
Is that what they call it, the Weeaboo Garden?
That's what I call it.
The names you guys make up.
It's not a good one, man. It's not very original, but anyway.
Oh, good duck there. This is the damaging one.
Yeah, he gets the duck in the launch. He's gonna get the wall for it too. Kick him while he's down, testing him low. Another one, gonna take the wall again, stomp on him. Strong clap back from you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just Finn has a lot more tools. So from Law, you're going to go from the low attacks, maybe a sidestep to the uppercut is what he was doing in his previous
And
matches.
of course, he has the ability to move and attack seamlessly, right, with his stances.
Yeah, there you go, the sidestep, looking for an opening. Good whiff punish.
Lots of feints. Stance cancels, heats him up low. Double getting hit.
See Finn chopping away. Oh, good
And there's
knee.
the big launch.
Good break.
Not broken yet, we're still in the first room.
That doesn't break. This music though, man.
Good size.
I don't want to sound like Tasty Steve, but you know, this music is awesome. I love this song.
It is, to be fair, it is a good song. It is a really good song. And looking to get out this corner. Double with big advantage here.
If Finn's in rage, you can't count him out though.
Yeah, especially this character, man. He'll just explode. Gets the low.
If you can get him to the wall, not quite.
And he spins rage drive.
Still, that's enough though.
Good clutch there.
You just got so many tools, Finn, for low attacks. You know, you got the down back 3, you've got the just a normal down 2, but also the down the down 2 is what you just did.
Gets the crumple hit. Now you taking the wall too. Big launch from double here though. Gonna get some push. Oh, now you in the corner.
But down back 4. Oh! Not enough.
But he's gonna get the. No, he rotates around. And double takes game 1. Wow.
I thought he had it. He keeps going for the down back 4 though, which is a pretty slow move. You that is. You can't be doing that against these youngsters, you know?
They won't bite so easily, man.
He's pretty good at blocking it.
And then they have the reactions too, is the thing, yeah. Again, that's when you talk about the young players that's just in this bracket, right? Most of their strengths are in reactions, I think.
Who knows? Maybe he's trying to, time it with a high attack from his opponent. That would have worked, but so far not so much success. Oh, totally different open stage now. We had a very enclosed ski stage, and now you've got snowfall.
Gotta play more neutral now.
Got the sponsor logo from Geo. Thank you guys. Good sidestep punish.
Gonna benefit Fang a little bit more, obviously. Law gets that accentuated damage with the wall, but you still gotta outplay him in neutral.
Finn with the stances, you can just run away all day long.
No punish. You're staying very, very, very clean on D. Gets opened up finally. Double with some good carry. You in rage now.
You looking for an opening? Double keeping his distance. You was running out of time here though. 13
Time's gonna
seconds.
become a factor. Gets tapped. What's the response?
Nice
Block and
punish.
punish.
Looks like Fuse is kind of taking a wait and see approach, but he really has to go on the offense pretty soon.
Yeah, this is tense too, man. These guys are really trying to feel themselves in neutral.
You watching out for that double cartwheel?
Yeah.
Flip kick, I guess you'd say?
And like you said, double with big advantage here. You have to make an answer right here. You don't want to go up set point against double like this.
Fins and rage? You know, one hit and he could, one launch and he could close this out.
That's the launch. There it is.
I called it. Boom.
Oh, into the flip kick.
Wow, that's
Look at
40%.
that. That's awesome reward. Took a big risk, but oh, down parry. Talk to me.
Good read, but not much damage here. Oh wow, he didn't go for the flip kick.
Just feeling each other out, man. Another down parry. That's the second one this round. You with the read on the lows? Taking the stance.
Why is he jumping? Good mix up.
Other side. You in trouble. Gets hit.
We're down to the last round here.
Yes.
Double could close
It's
this
set
out.
point for double. On the verge of putting one of the champs in loser's bracket.
Or reach, as Japanese often say.
Gets the launch. One double feeling it now.
You just really got to get started soon.
Down to 40% just like that. Gets the big flip kick.
That'll be it.
Double.
Double moves on.
2-0 over the old man. Told you, man. That's been the theme.
You've been updating the brackets here?
I got you, man. I got you, man.
I like it. They don't-
Look, I got a pen with an eraser. I'm good.
Double, right? It's not the English double. It's double.
I told you, I'm not good at math, but you give me a TI 36, I'll show you the world, Michael. And that's again been the theme I think of Tekken, especially specifically in the past like 2 years in Japan. Youth, man, they've been rising and they've been busting grapes on all the old men's foreheads. It's tough to watch a guy. You know, you is by name we associate him with like just strength in Tekken. Getting
Well, you know what's interesting? In Korea, we have, you know, me been putting in work.
the
we
old
have
men still doing work over there.
Kudans.
Yeah.
You don't see a whole lot of young blood from there.
But once again, guys, thank you very much for tuning in for the Bandai Namco Entertainment Japan Tekken Pro Championships. This is the first ever tournament for Tekken featuring those pro licenses, and this is an 8-man double elimination bracket, as you would expect. We're here watching some of the best players in Japan face off.
Yep, so to catch everyone up again, we had the Tokaigi tournament players that got the original the four people that got their licenses, and then kind of retroactive the 4 licenses for past placements in tournaments, etc. for the new. So 8 players in total, invitational. So up next we have Ao,
And we just talked about the power of youth, man, this next match. 2 of the hottest young studs in this game in Japan.
I remember when we first took this kid to, was it final round or
Final
Evo?
round 15, maybe.
He was still a kid. We had to get permission from his parents. We had to help him out with all the paperwork. Now he's going to all these different tournaments abroad.
It seems like it's a long time ago, too, man, right? That was what, Tekken 6?
Yeah, Tekken 6.
And he won in Atlanta. That's a tough place to win in.
I didn't tell you about the time. We were staying in the same hotel as the Wilshire, I think.
Yeah.
He was this little kid, right? And he's like all dainty and stuff. And there was these big ass dudes in the hallway walking past us, eyeing Al, because as Japanese like high school kids did, he had this like hairpin, kind of like a girl, right? And they're like, oh man, look at this girl in front. And I was like, Al, we need to go right now. He's kind of grown up a bit since then. He dressed up as Alisha before. Have you seen that?
Yeah, there's a weird kind of thing, like his persona, like you said, he's kind of like cute boy, so like he does like the cosplay. Yeah. You talk about that, Mike. You talk about that. That's a different world for me.
Dude, I don't want to incite the people on Game Facts anymore.
4chan already going ham, man.
So this is like the Iron Wall Prince, whatever that means.
Yeah. Another fast player. Favors, again, things on his for speed in gameplay. And this is, again, another one of these young, phenomenal players, man. Again, Evo 2014.
Well,
top
relatively
three.
young.
Yeah.
He's like, what, 20-something now?
Yeah, still
23,
relatively. That's a good way
4?
to put it, yeah. And his opponent just the same, Norma.
So he's from Kyushu, apparently. As you were saying, one of the stronger regions in Japan.
負けず嫌いが多くて
And a long time Jack player, even since Tekken 6, they've been talking about this kid, but he just didn't have the opportunity to try.
Right. He's saying he doesn't like to lose. I mean, no one does, but I mean, that the feeling is much
ジャッ
stronger.
クセブンっていうロボットのキャラクターです
His main
最後
character,
の
Jack
勝負が
7.
決まる瞬間の読み合いっていうのが自分に得意で集中力の高さは誰にも負けません
He's saying especially is the, focus
自分が
during
作
the
った
match.
タイトルの中で一番大きいのは鉄拳ワールドツアーの韓国予選
I was talking about the Korean tournament I brought up, Tekken
韓
World
国
Tour.
って修羅の鉄拳修羅の国って言われてるぐ
This
ら
is
い
talking about how
すごく
Korea is
強
like
い
the
中で
land
全
of,
部優勝して
some random dude will whip your ass in Korea. That's how good they are.
So you see a sponsor shirt there. They sponsored him to go to that Korean tournament, just shocked the world. You
負
tell
ける
me,
気は全くないです
man, if you would have told me somebody's going to Korean tournament in Tekken 7 and they're winning in Korea, that's nuts.
He's pretty confident after that one, I think.
Two of the hottest young players in Japan, relatively young, like you said. One coming from Kyushu down south, one from Tokyo. Al, of course, long competitive history, final round 15 champion. Final round 15 champion. Evo 2015 got top 8, lost to Nobi. But the big thing, man, the
That
last
Master Cup?
well, Master Cup as well. But I was gonna say, I think in my opinion, the most impressive thing about his resume, SBO Togeki 2012, the last SBO Togeki. So Al was someone, again, a younger, impressionable player, right? They were saying for a long time, around that time, around 2012, that was the period where you saw Tokido, Daigo, Mongo, those guys get picked up by Mad Cats and start the pro gaming movement, I guess. Al was very enamored by that. What everyone talks about is they're saying, like, he was running around saying, I want to be a pro. I want to be a pro. Again, he's just fishing for that tag behind his name. So everybody jokingly tells him, because, he's a little kid at that time. He's like less than 20. And they were saying, if you win SBO, we'll get you a sponsor. Fast forward, Grand Finals of SBO 2012. He's sitting up against JDCR on the other side, busting egg on JDCR's forehead. He wins the last SBO for Tekken Tag 2. And unfortunately, no sponsors came afterwards. But fast forward, 6 years later, he's got a pro license and he's playing for $6,000 today.
Conditions really have changed.
Yeah.
And I think that the experience early on going to all these tournaments, also Korea, but in the U.S. as well, he's really good friends with Nee and also NYC Fab.
Yeah.
So I think he's learned a lot from that exposure because Japanese do have a certain play style. They play very defensively, also according to the frame traps, etc. There's not a lot of explosive stuff like you see in some of the Western styles. So I think that exposure has made him stronger as a player overall.
And also, these two have faced off previously at Tekken World Tour, Tokyo Tekken Masters last year. He lost to Norma then. But, again, flip side, Norma from Kyushu, one of the young phenomenal players that that community helped raise. And since then, I mean, again, like we said earlier, if you're not talking about Kunans, you got to talk about Norma last year. He was the most explosive player on that tour, I think.
I know Jack, but hey, he is strong.
The character come on, it's Jack. But but it's the player and the significance of those wins that he had, I think were something that we can all take away from that. Again, if you would have told me that someone not from Korea was winning the Tokyo Tekken Masters Korea event,
it's got to be intimidating. You go to a country where you don't know what they're talking about. I mean, it's not just Korea, but anywhere. And you're on a different time frame, not so much from Japan. Just the jet lag alone can kind of do you in. But he went in and did work and won in Korea. How many people can say that?
That's a very short list, man. That's a very short list. But Norma, again, good momentum coming into this tournament as well. Evo Japan, he beat Hakayo to qualify for top 8, if I'm not mistaken. And again, finished out Tekken World Tour Grand Final, win 5th place. What else? It's really been I think the most significant placings.
Well, he is a new player,
Yeah.
so he's just starting to get that kind of spotlight.
Well, yeah, new to the spotlight, I guess you could say, new to the big stages. But you got to imagine he's in this 8-man bracket representing the Kyushu scene. He wants to do what he's been doing best, man. He wants to make a big impression here.
You know, it's exciting to see these new players. You see a lot of Nobi, you see a lot of AU, but some of the younger guys you don't get a chance to see that much. Except for yourself, you've been going to Sugamo quite a bit, right?
Recently, yeah, I've been grinding a little bit, trying to drop some coins, but I'm a bit of a ways from this level, a bit of a ways away. Especially someone like Norman, man, who's, like you said earlier, his concentration level. Everybody, when they talk about this kid, they talk about his concentration level and his reactions. Got
So,
those that young
I gotta
boys.
ask, man, out of you and Giuna, who's better at Tekken? I know you guys are tight,
Listen,
right?
I'm not. I know, contrary to like what the monsters might say and the popular opinion, I'm not Superman. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not just. I can't just walk up to the bar and bench 315. I'm out of shape right now. But if you give me a month, I'll bust. Never mind. We'll watch the match.
Dude, Kazumi, I got you.
I'm more of a Batman. You gotta give me a little prep time and I'll cut you back. Okay, here we go. Norma versus Al. At least he can give Jack a little bit of trouble just with those lows from long range, but
Yeah, Jack's got that range, but as you said, Alisa's got a lot of mobility there, so it should be easier than some characters.
the wall's gonna come into play here. Probably better for Jack. Elisa doesn't get so much off the wall. And here you go, just as soon as we say it, back on the wall. Put that shoulder on him, Nora.
For the sake of the chat stream, I'm hoping that Al wins this one. Oh, good spacing though.
Stacking with the jabs, backs off.
Greener's got the advantage. He doesn't really need to go
Yeah,
in.
no reason to approach. Just gonna chip him away at those lows. Yes, harassment. This is.
Well, you
this
never
is
know
the-
when you're gonna get scooped by that right uppercut, though. You gotta be careful.
I might not give him the chance.
Ouch, just gonna finish it. Perfect.
Perfect back to back perfect.
Two robots.
Yeah. Elisa, one of the nasty robots though. You seen
Both
those new robots in the news? She one of the nasty ones. Yeah. Back off the wall, throwing him low on the shoulder.
that
Jump and
damage?
punch, and can put the shoulder on her. Jackhammer, no whip punish. Just the 1-2, goes for the grab, no dice. Chop him up low. Chop this tree. Jackhammer in the finish.
Interesting how these have been like one-sided on each time.
Yeah, whoever gets the wall, it's really what it's been so far, right? Whoever gets control of the match early on has been able to sweep it. That 2 in his face. Wow, so good with harassing with these lows. Blocking the debug.
It seems like he's not sidestepping much. You know, JDCR and some of the guys have been really successful against Jack. There you
Yeah, that
go.
was the first one. Yeah, they've been playing very linear up until now. Al finally putting that side step left on the table.
But Jack has moves that track to both sides, so you really have to read your opponent well to do that.
It has to be a very concentrated intention, right? Oh, he's coming with the jackhammer. Side step left.
No debug.
Ooh, miss on the debug and the whip punish. Al got it. Infinite stage 2.
Run away, run away. He's got the rage too. So go for that rage drive debugger or
Did
that
a lot of
really-
damage with
oh,
the down
man.
4-2.
Al, what are you doing?
Rage drive to seal it. Oh, man. That's scary.
Not my choice. You know the rage drives can get stopped pretty easily sometimes.
It's time normal with control. Playing up close.
Good use of armor
Yeah,
man.
good power crush there. Good block and punish on the low. Now staggering his mids.
See him step into the left a lot. I guess Norma's not using the uppercut at all.
There
so
you go.
good
Gets the
choice.
side step left. Launch and punish. Even on health. Attack normal low. Back off. Oh, good tag.
Poor punish there from Al.
He puts poor Punisher and he puts Norman in rage. Gets the throw though, rocket punch. Al up 1 game on Norman.
So
Checking the
Al
frame
takes the
data.
first set, yeah. He's like, what's that 14 frame punish? Or he's messaging his girlfriend,
He's
I
on.
don't know.
Yeah, he's online.
He's like, the comments, God.
I'll be done at around 10:30. Swiping right on Tinder. Whatever you got to do, Al.
gotta say, you know, another thing about Al is just the intensity. You know, when he lost that time at Evo, you could see him like actually really emotional about it. You can tell that he really puts a
Yeah,
lot
he puts it
into
out
his
there. He
matches.
puts it out there. For sure. Even when he won, so he beat JDCR at SBO 2012, lost to JDCR and again, if I'm not mistaken, Evo 2014, right? Both times, yeah, emotional display. This is good. He's a passionate player, man.
He's more composed today, it looks like. Texting his girlfriend.
Well, of course, the nature of this event is a little bit different now. You're not just playing off passion. That's part of it, but you're a pro now.
Well, in 8 people, you also kind of know who your opponent might be.
Yeah.
It lets you do a little bit of homework beforehand. Much more compact stage.
Trading blows so far. Out with advantage now. Just the mid hit. And again, Jack with that reach and those threatening lows from his range, but at least I'm able to outrange him.
It's gonna go to the wall.
And now this is not where you want to be, Al, not against this guy. Jackhammer outworking the lows now. Gets himself off the wall.
No low parry from Norma on that Allison kick.
Gets the block and punish here. And lowers his shoulder.
Round 2. Fight.
Again, a little bit different than what we saw the first game, right? Sprints both ways, perfect, in opposite directions this time. A little bit more of a grindy match.
I was looking for an opening, but it's pretty tough.
Norma's guard very strong on offense and defense, respectively.
You notice he must have seen Al stepping left a lot. He's doing the right uppercut a lot more this match.
And Al not letting this brother touch him. Gets a jumping punch and Norma still maintains control.
Round 3.
Match point.
On the verge of a 3-round straight. Big fours. Staggering his pressure now.
Oh, good read. Could go to the wall.
Down 4-1s.
And the pushback by Jack, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Gets the down parry too. Got rage in his favor. Run up on him, run through. Oh, went for the grab.
Shuts down the range drive.
Wow. And Norma shuts him out. No, I believe they call that a no-round round.
It is right after final round, right?
Yeah. Gotta pay your respects.
That's what we need. I think we need some of that that final round, the charm there. You know?
That southern spice, if you will.
Pork chop makes anything more interesting, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad they put that brother on TV. Yes, man. I'm glad they put that brother on TV. That makes
He's
me very
famous.
happy.
He's on E-League. I was really composed.
Yeah, we were talking so much about how he's usually, very emotional, very passionate, but holding it together here. Different kind of stage again, mind you, but as we go to game 3 of Norma versus Al,
See Dojo here.
it's on Al to adapt now. You saw Norma with a very strong clap back, opens him up with jackhammer at the round start. Steel series, no tariffs here.
No punish on the right uppercut either. Launch, this will go to the wall. It's gonna hurt.
And it's the same situation we see time and time again. That shoulder on, gets it with the down 4-1 on Oki. Big launch and good carry on the outside now. Rotating around.
Couldn't do
Unfortunately
much.
trades and Norma takes it. Rocket uppercut. Big 4. Not letting him move around, gets the down parry. Let's go to the wall, Lil Doogie. Just the 1-1-2 punish. Now, ow.
Just out of range, but he's not capitalizing. So I'm just gonna wait here. Good punish.
Rage in his favor too.
This could go either way.
Oh no!
Rage shut down
edges
again.
him out. Wow.
I would have quit after the last time. Good sidestep. He's staying much closer than he was in previous rounds.
Yeah, I was just really struggling to open him up and all.
He needs to get away from the wall for one thing.
He got away from the lows. That down parry scared him off of going for lows as much. He's just going high and mid, and Norma's just not giving him an inch. Now he's trying going back to low, but there's the down 4-2. You're gonna hold all this. And the wall. Put that shoulder on. No, leap. And Norma 2-1 over Al.
What can you say? He hates to lose, man. Al just didn't win it.
He told you. He told you how we felt.
Kyushu Danji is what they call it. It means man from Kyushu. They're really known in Japan as being like strong-spirited. Kind of old-fashioned as well. That strong spirit carried them through, though.
Yeah, for sure. So moving on to the winner semis, we're gonna have Pecos versus Nobi, Double versus Norma. And you saw here, cut him up low there, got the big punish. And then went for the rage drive, but unfortunately Norma just edged him out. Maintain control. Set point now. What happens? Big launch. Gets all the push he needs. Leapfrog for the win.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if Pecos and Nobi both can use many different characters.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about. You know, we talk about Pecos. We've seen him use Bob. We've seen him use Geese. Nobi as well, though. Theoretically,
he's known for Dragunov,
yeah.
but he's been using a lot of Finn recently.
He could use 4 different characters in theory. You know. You see here Hakayo.
So I believe the stream, we have English obviously on the channel you're watching. We have the Japanese, which is on a different Twitch channel. And the losers is actually going on at the same time. And they're broadcasting that on YouTube, I believe.
Oh,
But it's only Japanese. But you can watch the matches if you want to look at a particular person.
ノビ選手 VS ペコス選手を開始いたします。
Pickles.
1P 側ノビ選手です。
So we've got Nobi here on the one
2P
player
側
side.
ペコス選手です。
Pecos on the right.
それでは試合の準備をお願いいたします。
Like, I'm ready. I got this.
そし
He's a
て
pretty
ここ
active
からは
guy.
実況席の皆様よろしくお願いいたします。
Like I said, been playing a lot of different games recently. Pecos willing to go out of his comfort zone in the pursuit of like becoming a stronger player, right?
A little is a good thing, but I think in Al's case is one where if you're playing a 2D game a little bit too much, you start to be a bit rusty on your Tekken skills. I mean, even Nee, he's been known to play some Street Fighter. He actually got pretty high up in that one. But at the end of the day, it's mostly Tekken.
Yeah, so once again, guys, Bandai Namco Entertainment Japan, this is the first ever Tekken Pro Championships. 8 of these players holding, of course, the new pro licenses and as part of that esports system in Japan, and they're facing off for, I think, $6,000 for first place, $3,500 if I'm not mistaken for second.
I hope that's right.
Sounds about right. And off stream right now, we got Al going up against Nobi. No, Al going up against you, sorry.
Right. So it looks like, obviously, you going with Fang, and Al sticking with Alisa.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys updated what's going on with losers. If it's happening off stream, we'll let you know.
Al was tending to play as Miguel and other characters sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. You've seen him cut the Miguel. I mean, that was his team in Tekken Tag 2, right?
Right.
Elisa Miguel.
At the moment, he's doing quite well against Nobi, it looks like.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, you.
From the back, right? From the back.
Yeah, you only see the Yamasan, the
Yeah.
frog, right? It's kind of... What's that? He's drinking. Some kind of special energy
That's that
drink.
special juice, man. That's the New York water. You know about that? You know about the New York water?
Is that a byproduct that might be around the Eris's house? Or
I
no?
mean, it has some minerals. It might be, yeah. Eris might have some in his dresser drawer.
Yeah, I don't know how much this is tough, you know. I mean, I'm commentating, but I have the restrictions and the responsibilities that come with a Ben Dynamical Entertainment employee.
Yeah, that's
so
right. That's right. You don't. So
I don't have the freedom you guys do to
that's right. So
say
nothing
whatever
but
I want.
water and Centrum Silver for you. I got it.
That must be Gatorade or something equivalent. Nothing like, you know, that would pose a problem or anything like that.
Absolutely not. Not
As
in
an
this
upstanding
house.
citizen of Japan, I'm sure it's...
That's what I like to hear. A law-abiding citizen. I bet he votes.
Nah, probably not.
Probably not. Nah. Here we go. Nobi versus Pecos. Nobi opting to go with Fang. Let me ask you something, Michael. Why would he go with Fang in this matchup and not Drag? What do you think?
I think, you know, everyone... Nobody's got so many videos of him playing up on the internet, and Pecos is known to do a lot of that kind of research. So I think his Dragunov's well known, which is one of the reasons why he's going with his Fang, which, you know, you don't have many opportunities to see him as much. Mama not doing so well. And plus, you have so many Dragunovs out there that, you know, even I'm pretty good at fighting against Dragunov. Spacing, he's trying to build his gauge. Get him with the sidestep. It's gonna go to the wall.
And again, these guys were teammates at Master Cup 5, actually. Crush on the wall. And that's the boss right there, man. Number 1 thug from Southtown. It's going with the down for 1.
Trying to gain some damage here.
Yeah, taking as much damage as he can. Already, you know, Pecos is down to 40%, but also trying to back him to the wall. But here we go. Pecos with a strong clapback, got that max mode built up.
Cancel.
All up on the wall, double Rapukin. Gets that big swipe. Raging Storm.
He's fun to watch. Stay down, maggot.
Yeah, fun character to watch,
Like
fun player
that.
to watch for sure.
It's like, get that pocket fin out of here. Nobi, so the question, does he go back to Dragunov?
I gotta imagine he switches to drag here, right?
I hope so.
Again, like you said, one reason why you might opt for some of those other characters is just because of, again, opting for a player style unfamiliarity with the character selection, and there we go.
But at the end of the day, I guess, you know, the non-experience that he has to Dragunov just overwhelms.
You gotta, especially when you get put your back foot to a corner, even if it's a matchup you might feel a little bit more uncomfortable with in terms of like player matchup or character matchup. It's your gun, man. You gotta shoot. You go to a gunfight, you gotta get the one that you're good with.
Well, with his running too, you know, he can keep pressure on Geese.
Yeah.
Maybe keep him from building meter as much as he would. That said, Geese could theoretically reverse the running.
Yeah, that's right. He is the 3-frame parry, right?
If you got a wall behind you, that is
Yeah, it's
one
nasty.
option.
Yeah.
Did we at the volcano?
That's right. So the first two rounds at least, gonna benefit Pecos.
Nobi looking much more solid after the switch to Dragunov.
He already looks right at home, chopping this tree down with these down twos.
Down 2 gets blocked. Building some gauge.
Almost had a whip punish, not quite. Gets the launch. That's gonna just about do it.
Geese does have a lot of tools, but keep in mind a lot of them are highly unsafe.
Yeah. What a duck and punish, my God.
The kick, if blocked, you know, gives Geese an advantage, so that duck is really a game changer.
It hits high, right?
Yeah.
So he takes the duck, gets the launch, and look at his reward for this. Pecos, unfortunately, bad drop after that down parry. He had a chance, but Nobi staying strong here. This is an awesome game done quick. This is a speed run right now.
Pecos does have one set ahead, so he does have some room here. Gonna go all the way to the wall. Wow.
Here's where Geese is scary.
Oh,
Side switching now.
that was calculated, I bet.
Max active.
Counter. Goes to the combo.
3 bars of Max on Pekos' side. Building. There it is. Gets the 1 punish.
Now he's just showing
He
off.
just wants to flex afterwards. There's nothing wrong with that.
Good
Now, here we go.
cancel.
Gonna burn it here. Good carry. Push to the wall. Dangerous situation for Nobi.
Sizable lead here. Good duck. Oh man.
Right. Opted not to burn there. Nobi gonna torch him for it. Good push of his own. Goes for the good grab. No, don't touch it.
Sliding kick.
Now Nobi with positional advantage here. Gets tagged by the axe kick afterwards. Side switching now. Pekos eats him up low. Here you go.
He thought he was going for the low kick.
Yep.
Nope.
Mixing up his options from last time. Opts a stick.
Building meter, but he's already maxed.
Pekos trying to chop him a little bit. Good down parry from Nobi.
Got counter to the wall.
Good block on the down 2. Back still to the wall, Pekos.
Nobi staying cool.
Taking those lows. Again, look at that flashing red bar at the bottom right corner of your screen, though. That's the big problem. Any big hit, gonna close this out for Pekos just about.
Yeah, that back knee into a cancel combo. Oh,
Ooh, that
Nobi
Nobi
pulls
gets
it
the
out
big hit himself.
to the wall.
And gets just enough to close it.
1-1.
Yeah.
It looks like it was a good choice to go back to his main.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody's like, that Gatorade tastes kind of funny. Now I'm full of it. They don't even sell Gatorade here anymore.
Isn't that tragic, man? When they
know.
start selling something you like and
Get
then
you
they
hooked and then they just stop.
They just stop. Happens every time. You know how bad vitamin water is? I made myself like vitamin water. I made myself like it. And then they just took the shit away after 4 years. I'm like, man, come on.
Lots of good. Read the Monster.
I just drink,
Red Bull and
look,
that
man,
good
I just
stuff
drink
now.
water and orange juice now. I don't even worry about it.
Water in there?
Water and orange juice.
Water?
Water.
It might be clear, but is it water?
New York water.
Nobi keeping him out.
Yeah, much more dynamic with his movement. Pekos gets the big hit. Oh, 1+2. Oh, he's at
pressure.
advantage over there. But yeah, side switching. Back to the balcony.
Downstairs.
Throw him down.
Will he go to the wall?
Will he? Just about even now.
Take it. Nobi. Oh,
Pekos with
cancel.
the big hit. Burns the meter for the cancel and takes the round. That's the key. You gotta have meter with this character to really be able to explode the way he is.
Much more dangerous.
Yeah. Like you said, there's lots of gaps, lots of stuff that isn't safe. When you have the benefit of that max mode, it's a completely
it's
different
the
monster. Side
1-2
switch.
throw.
But they were pooking out there. Sidestep forces response from the opponent. You have to either make a conscious decision to block or sidestep it.
Oh, he drops the combo. But good duck.
Duck and punish. Nobi
the
with the
wall?
clap back.
Solid play.
That's real Soviet damage, man.
Nobi's been really good with his ducks. Oh, get out of here.
Echo staggering his pressure as well.
Geese has meter, so he does have that 14 frame punish if he wants it. Combo to the wall.
Man, look at just the reward for landing it while running too, man. It's very easy for the master to just get taken away from you.
He's fishing. Oh, he
Yeah.
reversed that.
Got it.
Get out of here.
What's the OT? Lock and punish on the wake up low.
Nobi's looking really good here.
Yeah, he's got momentum now for sure. It's on Pekos at this point. The thing is, he's gonna have to use some meter probably to make, if he wants to make a good impact this round.
This is the time to use it.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe try to use something early on this round, that way he'll build it back to get max by the end.
He's throwing the Reptukin just to keep him at bay. Fishing for the knee, you see that?
Gets the down parry.
Nobody's
Again,
having
similar
none of
story.
it. Pressure. Oh, he
Power
goes for the
punch. Oh,
armor.
not safe, but he goes for the throw. Nobi techs it.
Cancel. Oh, misses.
And just like, oh no, not like this.
That was the big mistake, huh?
Pecos, baby, come on, Novi.
Novi, no slouch,
He
man.
pointed at him and said like, hey, gotcha.
Pop off from Novi. Unusual. He's having a good time.
Yeah, definitely. I think the player that JP audience most expects to do well, right? Most expects to do well.
I think so. You know, he's the most widely known player out here.
Yeah, even amongst people that don't really play this game or don't know fighting games, they tend to know his name at least.
But he's been on stages other than Tekken. You know, he's played against Tokido before.
He's been on Japanese national television as well.
Oh man, that duck.
Yeah, that was
Novi's
that was smart.
reflexes, man. Jeez.
Again, I think it was the second game where Pecos had showed him the axe kick the first time. So then he said, okay, surely he's not going to do it again. After the second exchange, and then he ducked it and got the launch punish.
He's been spot on. He missed that one low kick, but other than that.
Yeah, no mix-up afterwards. And then you see Novi taking it over Pecos 2-1. On the other side of the bracket, you got double versus Norma coming up.
You see him fishing with the knee, right? And
Yeah.
Novi just reverse it. Says, get out of here. The battle of the ultimate pros begins now.
So it looks like
Apparently.
Hakayo and Pecos you see down there in losers.
So next up, it looks like we'll have double and Noroma. I'm sorry, Daburu. You know, that's
Dude,
very
I'd say
Eric and
double.
those guys on stream. They were loving that. They're like Daburu.
With Pecos taking on the winner of you and Al. And it looks like Al took the win against
Took
over
out you, huh? Wow.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
Or did he? It's not up. The bracket's not updated. The match looks like it's over though. I can't believe Take is eliminated so early though. He's
Yeah, that's
proven
crazy.
the most solid out of all the Yamasa
Take and
players.
you, it looks like, right? Both 2/3 of Team Yamasa's out in the first round. Versus Hakayo too? That's surprising.
A lot of upsets. Unfortunately, we couldn't see it unless you're watching the Japanese stream on YouTube. YouTube Gaming, is it? What they
Yeah,
call
it's
it?
no big. I'm sure they'll hit it up in the archives. But thanks to you guys for tuning in with us, watching this 8-man Tekken Pro Championship bracket. Again, featuring 8 of the top competitors in Tekken 7 in Japan. Moving on to our second match of winner semis. This is going to be Norma versus Double. Norma Jack, of course, one of the highest impact players at Tekken World Tour last year, going up against Double, the young man. Both of these guys are young men, but Double in particular, again, been playing very early on in Tekken since he's 11 years old, since he was a sixth grader in elementary school.
He's 11 years old now? What?
He was 11 when he started, but since he's in 5th or 6th grade, he's been playing all this time. And still a law loyalist after all this time, too.
Yep. Some certain players in America need to take note of that. Just sorry, I had to get that on my system.
Okay, I have no comment on that, but all right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you
No,
still got some representation, right? Rip was doing really well in Atlanta, right? Rip was getting it done.
Who's Rip? No, I'm just kidding.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Didn't he retire? When they were... No, I'm just kidding. No, he's a good sport.
I think he lost to Fergus early on. In pools, maybe.
Oh, did he?
Can't remember. Yeah, you were talking. Well, again, you were talking about how what's fun is we look at Asia and we look inside Japan and we see all these regional rivalries. We look at Korea versus the other Asian countries, and then what's going on in the West. That's also what's hot, man. The regional rivalries. Seeing Europe get in the mix. You know, I feel like we don't really get to see too many Europeans at too many U.S.-based events.
I think the Tekken World Tour has just made it more out in the open now. You can see on stream some of these players like Blackbeard and some of the other more well-known players. Whether he's European or not, I don't know, but you know that Raven player that I won't mention.
I mean,
Fergus and Trench as well as been in a lot of tournaments.
yeah.
You know, I am really thankful for all the European community as well. Obviously, there's a lot of streamers out there too, like King J.
A
some
lot of
those
content
guys.
creators. You gotta talk about Spaghetti Rip, King J, what, Main Man SWE. There's a lot of people doing work for this game. You know, it's really easy to get distracted by avoiding the puddle and stuff like that. And of course, like, you know, obviously that's a big one. But there's lots of people doing work for this game out there.
It's always cool to get, you know, a different perspective on it.
Yeah.
And sometimes those guys will cover characters that maybe some other people won't do that much. Like I know King J was doing a lot of Gigas that, you know, you don't see a whole lot of people doing. There's a guy at work I play often who uses a lot of those cheap ass strats for to play against me. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, the Tekken World Tour really has kind of brought everyone out and given them motivation to
Yeah,
to
for
play
sure.
more. I think.
I think that's the biggest thing, right? It's really easy to lose that motivation when you're on the other side of the world and you don't get the opportunities to be able to participate in these kinds of high-level tournaments. But what the Tekken World Tour offers that is, there's kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. If you go to these events, you compete and you do well, hey, you can get in the mix over here too.
I'm just glad we were able to announce already. You know, I mean, so many people are waiting to find out what's going to happen. But it's just such a large project that we have all these moving pieces,
Yeah.
and we want to be sure that everything's locked in place before we're going to announce it to the public, right? So it took some time, and you know, I apologize. I'm just glad that we can kick it off already. And we start with final round actually, just this past tournament.
It's here, and it was a hell of a start. I'll tell you that, man.
And Tiger Uppercut going on at the moment, right? This weekend, I think.
That's right. I think Juna and Farp are over there doing
Right.
work. But yeah, man, it was a hell of a start to the Tekken World Tour season. Anytime you get me and JDCR in the grand finals, man, I'll take that.
We've got a lot of interesting events. We got Combo Breaker coming up in May. We also got CEO moving to a different venue this year, right? Daytona. So a lot of interesting stops this year. Oh, and one in South America as well, I think.
Double Law going up against Norma. Norma opting to go with Devil Jin. Starts off with an electric.
Really, Devil Jin. My main character here.
Sweep and carry. What you got for him? Double in bad position. Eats another low in this corner. Rolls on out. Side switching.
That's funny. He's using that Hell Sweep when people are talking about some kind of shadow nerve. I don't know where people get this stuff. Devil Jin looking really strong.
Yeah, we saw him pull out Double Jin once or twice during Tekken World Tour last year, like later on in the season, right?
Devil Jin's really solid. I mean, you need the execution, but he just has a variety of different punishes. He's got a lot of mid-hitting moves like that jump
Ducking two there.
up forward. Forward's a lot of people using. Oh,
And Norma playing with a lot of momentum. Man. You can feel Double struggle from here, bro. He's trying, but nothing is hitting. Norma just doing whatever the hell he wants.
after the switch to Devil Jin, I think his popularity in the chat forums is increased.
Both these guys playing really linear too. Double, you've seen a little bit of sidestepping, but Norma's put some good tracking moves out there whenever he wanted to do it. Scared him off of that. And man, he's just eating everything. Norma, my God.
It's very interesting. It's going for a lot of pokes. It's a totally different play style.
Choke him out,
from
Richard Lewis.
Udon's.
Yeah, really calm, cool, collected guy, right? You saw after that win in Korea, he's like, man, I'm still shaking, right?
Get ready for the next battle.
Chat. Do you even want to read this? I'm sure it's like, where's Anna? Where's whatever? Yeah, everyone seems surprised. Yeah, Noroma using Devil Jin here. Not
Yeah, I
the
wonder
usual
what
chat.
inspired that pick.
Round one. Fight.
Looks like we got Rip in the chat.
Yeah, same round starter. Opens up the game with an electric. Infinite stage now too. Gonna take the wall away from Law. Double staggering his offense. Duck and punish again. God damn, Law.
What?
Bad drop, but still a big advantage here. Law and Rage. W gotta go in. But Norma's so good on his... Dude, he's not just good offensively, but his guard, too, is blowing me away today, man.
Here, poking Double to death. Come on, let's see some electrics, man.
Down 2. Crushing 4.
Pretty solid combo.
Goes low on Oki. Good blocks.
Going for a safe up forward 4.
Double trying to chop back. Putting some pokes out there. Good side step from Norman. Oh, not just a little bit too late.
Making good use of the 1-1-2 there.
Famous Mission chain. Flip kicking.
Oh,
Bad
miss.
drop. Double though trying to mount something. Oh
This
my
will close it
god.
out.
With rage, that's a wrap. That is unfortunate.
Standard Kudon's finish here.
That's anime as hell, man. What you told me you don't play anime? This is anime as hell, man.
Nah, man, this ain't
This shit
anime.
leaves lasers out of
This
his
is
head.
Mishima. This is different, dude. This is Devil.
Eats another sweep.
Standard Hell Sweep combo.
Yeah, and again, when you force Double to play them more neutral against this character, man. Oh, wow.
He's fishing for the 1-1-2.
You see Norman working on side steps too. He's looking for something. Lots of movement, Yomi here. Gets the launch.
You know, I see him fishing for that down forward 2 a lot more than other players. On counter hit, it launches.
Norma, Jesus Christ.
That's the thing about Devil Gene, though. You know, even if you mess up an electric, a lot of times that down forward 3 will come out. So it makes it a little bit easier than some others. But as a Mishima player, that's not something you want to be doing. But you could tell he was doing it intentionally to fish for the counter.
Yeah, that. Oh, we said speed run earlier. That was some awesome games done quick, man. That was like less than 5 minutes. God damn. But that's
Make a short work of him.
But that's the thing about this guy too, though, man. Like when we talked about him last year, he just show up. When he was ready to play, he would just bust on everybody.
Aerial combo.
Yeah, and this
What?
is the double had the bad drop here. Opened the door up for him to get tagged by the sweep. Gets the rage art, finished it. And man, that's just tragic. He earned that round. He earned it. He just didn't finish. Just like that. Man, double and losers.
Devil Gene's damage output is pretty high.
It's those arms, man. He got bit by a rattlesnake. So what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Bandai Namco Entertainment Japan's Tekken Pro Championships. Again, this is an 8-man bracket featuring top of the eight top players in Japan, who got the 4 of whom received the pro licenses from that tournament last month at Tokaiki. The other 4 were nominated for those pro licenses afterwards, but this is one of the first pro license tournaments for Tekken in Japan.
English commentary by Majin Obama and myself, Michael. Majin Obama is someone you don't see a whole lot on
You
the
can
Tekken
just
streams.
call me John, man. I don't go.
Huh? You don't have some kind of spiffy esports name?
No, man.
Are you Majin Obama? Are you Jazz?
You think I
or-
have business cards? You think I put Majin Obama on business card? No, man. Come on, get out of here. I would say it's embarrassing when Asian players call me that in the airport. Just say Obama. Yeah, it's like
Well, man, you got a cool
TSA is
name.
always just like looking around, like you're not. Who do you think you are?
I don't have a player background, so I'm just Michael, you know. But in Master Cup, I'm Michi Michael. I do. I've been in the past Master Cup for 3, 4, maybe 5 years now. We should make a team. Me, you, Markman.
Hey, man. I think after Master
you up
Cup
to
9,
speed.
you have foreign competitor interest in playing in a Master Cup is probably at an all-time high right now. I don't think it'd be difficult to make a team at all.
I think that team format is really interesting. It's something that many people in the West aren't used to, but you saw in the E-League and how
Yeah.
interesting it can be with the team mechanics.
Well, culturally, yeah, we favor single tournaments more, but obviously in Asia, since the player volume is so much higher, and also because venues typically will put stronger restrictions on tournament organizers and event organizers to where they have to be in and out at certain times, it's more feasible to run these team tournaments. You can accommodate the most people in the shortest amount of time possible. That's how it starts.
Right.
But then over time, you know, especially with the way that some of these legacy games are, you end up with kind of an interesting team dynamic where you have to construct teams based on some matchups,
Right.
player matchups, and it becomes fun, it's interesting, it actually is. And like you said, the success of E-League I think should speak a lot to that. That was a hell of a production, man. That was a hell of a program to watch. You know, despite what anybody has to say, I think having that game shown off the way that it was on TV, on national television, that's a big deal. That's not something to shrug off. That's a big deal.
I was really happy to be a part of it. The production was really high level. You know, we did all the meetings with the guys before the production started, and very professional. And the way they went into the backgrounds of the players and, you know, who these people are, not just the characters they use, etc., was something that was something I would like to see a lot more from esports production.
Well, certainly, I'm sure there are some folks that have streamed some esports stuff recently that should be taking notes if they're not. Esports Arena, Las Vegas. But anyway, once again, losers bracket. What we got? We got Hakayo going up against Mr. Double in losers,
Yeah,
and that's an elimination match.
King versus Law. Looks like it's the first match.
And of
Let's
course,
tell you the results. There's no point in commentating a screen you can't see, right?
yeah, we'll keep our eye on it. But of course, on main stage, we got Norma versus Nobi, and we've seen this matchup a couple times. Once again, Nobi, you have to remember, in order to get his pro license, he went the hard way. He went through the last chance qualifier. Who else was on the other side of the bracket? Norma. What happens? Nobi stuffs Norma 2-1, moves on into the break the world tournament. Ultimately gets that win, $20,000, and then of course gets his pro license as well.
Let's take a look at the chat, see if we got any interesting questions. Not so much. Not much going on. I guess the West is still kind of asleep or just waking up right about now. Why can't Obama say Norma? Put Michael in Tekken 8. What would my fight style be?
Tekken 8?
Yeah, it could work, you know. There's no Bruce in there at the moment, so Muay Thai character could do well.
Yeah, for sure. And this time,
But I have to be OP though.
Yeah, Norma going with Devil Jin this time.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why the choice.
What do you think, especially on a stage like this? You think Devil Jin would
Maybe
be able to-
Nobi's pretty practiced against Jack.
maybe try to fish out for some character unfamiliarity, or in this case, player unfamiliarity with this character, right?
But honestly, I don't think that Norma's Devil Jin is strong enough to really beat Nobi at the moment. I think Jack would be a solid choice. As I say that, he pulls him towards the wall, right?
Pulls him towards the wall, puts him in rage, and then closes it out.
I jinxed him. Sorry, Nobi.
Well, it's a long set. We'll see. Mind you, this is winner's final. This should be a first to three.
Not going for the bait there. Sidestep, nice.
Sidestep gets the 1-1-2. Staggering his jabs now. Sidestep to the electric. No punish.
Why is he jumping? This ain't Street Fighter. Good sidestep.
Beautiful sidestep launch. He saw that from the future. Sidestep punish again. Then, yeah, can't quite relax just yet. Norma in rage. Back to the wall though. And he's trying to stage this comeback. Please don't let this happen, Nobi.
Nobi on
Gets the
guard.
punish here.
Yes.
Good punish on the block on the rage drive.
Looks like Norma sees Nobi sidestep to the left, so he's using a laser scraper to keep him straight.
To deter him.
Up four. Get a combo. Push
Not
towards
so much,
the wall.
yeah, not so much damage. Good carry though.
Sidestep the Demon Claw again.
Just out of range of the down two, and scores a whip punish. Gets some wall damage too. Back to the middle of the stage. Oh, crushes the lock. That time wakes up, gets the raise drive. Plus frames here.
Nobi's still in the game. Can get some wall damage here. Oh!
Stand for.
You know, I said that, but Norma's not so flashy, but he's getting work done.
Down for rather.
Oh,
Another big
Kinda
launch
hit.
here.
to the wall.
And what you got for him? What's low? Goes low. Again, good tech.
sidestep?
Yeah, good tech roll from Nobi. Sidestep maintains control here. Norma's back to the wall. Dangerous position. Plus range. What you got? Stays high.
Good pressure from Nobi.
This guy's really leaning in. Wow, Nobi comes out with it. Tie game.
Maybe chipping away at the lows.
And you see that far-reaching 4. Such great range on those buttons. Again, another asset the Drags play.
Nobi in the lead, going towards the wall. Good
Side step. Not quite gonna do it. You see Norma make this comeback before. Good side step again. And closes out finally. Wow, he was getting
walking all day long, man.
He was getting normal. You saw Norma getting very, very stubborn putting that out there, but Nobi was ready with the side step left every time.
He's using the Demon Paw a little bit too much. I think he needs to switch to the Laser Scraper a bit more.
You saw it was working out the first couple rounds, right? But then as soon as Nobi adapted, he started showing the side step left a lot more.
Well, you notice cooldowns as well towards JDCR and some other side steppers uses the Laser Scraper quite a bit, or the up forward 4 as well. He's being a little bit too linear with his double G.
Oh, what's going on, Hanzo? I see.
There is no Josie player here. I don't know who that refers to. What is crane mode on? What is that?
Korean mode?
Yeah, apparently it's on, whatever that is. According to the chat.
I can't even imagine what that means. Like, you just play well? You just...
Oh, cool, I got my new esports name. I think I'm going to use this guy's suggestion.
Korean mode?
No.
That's your name?
Second in charge Harada is my new name now.
So once again, Howard Estate now.
Round 1. Fight.
I want somebody to get that wall sequence.
Still no Jack.
Yeah, I wonder why he's hiding it. Maybe he doesn't want to pull out to the grand finals perhaps or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe the matchup, you know, it is a good matchup for Dragunov against Jack. Good sidestep
Another
all
good side.
day.
Dude, he's sidestep lefting all day on Norma. Good stagger with the down jab there. Unfortunately gets tagged out of the Norma now in control. Gets the wall. What's the movement?
You see Nobi this time not using the down 2 this much, I think because Delagene's up forward 4.
Good
As I
block and
say
punish
that,
on
he
the
doesn't-
down 2. Gets the sweep after. Norma.
Jailing him. Nobi's staying cool though. More Laser Scraper, there you go.
There you go. Now he's starting to mix it up. He's a game late, but he's starting to show it now. Back to the wall. Nobi, you in trouble. Rage built though. Gets the low. Big hop kick here.
This is gonna hurt. Nobi's gonna keep the rage. Ah,
What
waste
you
the
got?
rage drive.
He can make this happen. Norma denies him.
Nobi poking away here. Norma fishing for the advantage here. Oh, good punish the double Gene while
Good
standing.
sequence. Yeah.
Gets the counter hit.
And side switches too. Norma's back to the wall now. Nobody can make this happen.
Good read.
Perfect backwards movement. Cuts him back for that too. Norma in rage though. Oh
Nobi.
my God, Norma,
Nobi.
you beast!
Nobi getting a little too crazy with the down 2 attacks. Needs to tighten it up. He was getting solid with the
Again, you've
attacks.
seen both of them be stubborn in different ways this set so far, right? When it seemed like Nobi just had the answer with sidestep left every time, and again, Norma was being very stubborn with Demon Paw early on. Now that time you saw him get stuck in the opposite direction, right? Nobi consistently just trying to wake up with the wrong option.
I think Nobi's getting instructions through his headphones at the moment.
He's being coached.
No more down 2. And have some of that Gatorade. Got to fix the hair. That's an important part of going to the match. Nobi, of course, sticking with Dragunov.
You see Norma still sticking with Double Jin.
Oh, good up 4.
That's a hell of an opener.
To the wall. Oh, no combo. Good laser scraper, keeping him away from walking.
Yes. Now he's putting pressure on Nobi for trying to sidestep like that.
Nobi's not using his other tools either, though. The running too. Oh, man.
He's freezing up a little bit.
No answer to Normo's double J here.
Putting those fours out there. Good sidestep left that time. Punish.
Good sidestep, but not much damage.
Ooh, one more time, talk to me.
To the wall.
Give me that push. And what you got? Cuts him low again. And the punish. Norma now looking like he's in control.
Round 3.
Pressure from Nobi.
And Nobi with a good start here.
There we go. That's what we want to see.
There we go. Yeah, show me that assault, baby. Show me that assault. Put him on the wall now. Clip those wings.
A little bit too early on the back 1-2. Keep him at the wall, though.
Just chop that tree. Unfortunately, wow. Eating these big boots.
Fishing for the counter hit. Good read by Notoma. This is actually point. He needs to get working now. Still in the game, though. Come on, Nobi. Run two, come on.
Winner's final.
Behind with 18 seconds left. What's he gonna do?
Whoever bites first.
Going for the mids, good choice.
They're just out of range. Oh my god.
Good side step.
Nobi hangs on. Wow. Oh, that's tense.
Nobi looks like he's recovered a little bit now.
That was on the potential of a mental guard break. He finally bounces back. Once Norma
combo.
gets control again against the wall. Just kicking it. Just kicking this shit in. Come on. Eats him up low again. Norma in control here. Gonna get the wall. No, drops it. Norma up 2-1 now in this set.
Puts Nobi in the losers.
Well,
Oh no, we changed.
it's finals, Mike. I know you've been in Japan a long time, but
Sorry,
come on.
I only have water.
It's
No,
first-
no Gatorade for me.
It's first to 3 now, big dog.
Jet lag. Jet lag. That's why he's just chilling and taking it easy, right?
Yeah.
One more set.
And both of these players by now.
Norma.
A lot of experience on both sides. Guy on the one-player side, you got to remember, not only won King of Iron Fist tournament 2015, but swept Evo as well. Evo, sorry. I know people get triggered.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, see-
They're like, Michael, you don't know anything about the fighting.
Michael, tell him, man. Tell him what I'm talking about.
Japan is Evo, so you gotta like switch.
You
back
gotta
and
switch.
forth.
They
Top
make fun
hat.
of me so much for that shit.
It's like
They make fun of me so much for that, man.
you noob. You don't even know how you pronounce Evo. What's wrong with you?
Well, this guy's cool, but I don't like the way he pronounces Evo. Oh, really?
What? Lars. Nobi. Lars. All you buff Lars guys out there, let's see what Nobi's
Yeah, let's see what he's got. Back to the wall, too. He's got to be really confident in this Lars pick right now, too, because his back is to the wall here. Norma up 2-1 in winners finals.
I don't know about this decision, man.
Don't look out this round, but big counter hitting wall push here from Norma.
Up forward,
He's just
just
getting-
killing him.
Down 4 finish.
No follow up.
Gets the mid. Big push out of this. Gonna get the wall, though. Don't be fearless, man. Just playing right in his face. No sidestep shown yet. Playing linear. There's the sidestep left in the tap. There you go.
Trying to carry him to the wall. Nobi chopping away.
Normal with rage though, not gonna take much. Oh, he gets the big hit. And now
I like this rage art. You know, it changed from 7 to 7 FR.
now it's set point Norma against Nobi Lars.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, man.
It's a sweep. Now Norma with his back to the wall. Good movement. Trying to get out that dangerous space. Staggering his pressure, and Norma's just denying him continuation after.
Good punish.
Ooh, the down Barry, talk to me. Norma playing out of his mind. Norma!
I'm gonna see you going, Nobi, man, what are you doing? It's alright. He's got knocked into losers, but he's still got a chance to come
Yeah, so
back.
if Nobi's gonna come back and win this, he's gonna have to.
Good story.
He's gonna have to play like a monster if he's gonna make this happen. But there you saw, guys, Norma Devilgen, taking Nobi into the losers bracket. Like his uncle, man, just picking him up by the neck and dropping him into the losers. And you saw really, I think the first game, maybe like the first 6 or 7 rounds or so, you saw a lot of back and forth between that, right? Lots of stubborn play, just back and forth. Norma was really stubborn with Devil's Paw.
Well, you know, it's quite interesting because Devil Genie is a character that most people put at the top of the tier list, but you don't really see him that often in tournament play. And the way that Norma plays is slightly different than some of the other more famous Devil Genie players you would see, but it's proven kind of effective. People don't know what to do against it.
Yeah, poke heavy, really good movement, really good counters to the movement as well. You saw Nobi being very insistent on sidestepping left early on.
He's using, is it called Samsara in English? I forget the up 4. A lot more than other players, and it's really interesting because it seems like he's not doing anything. He's just like going up and then back down. He's not particularly going for the combo. He's just trying to, I don't know if he's trying to psych out his opponent or if he's trying to do a low crush or what.
Yeah, well, it worked out, man, because he just beat Nobi 3-1 in winners finals. And you see on the loser side what we got? Akayo running through Take, running through double man. You take Take out in the top 8 bracket, that ain't easy, especially if you're a king player. It's crazy. Right now you see Peckles and Al going at it. Winner of which will fight Akayo for the right to move on, face Nobi.
And the chat here getting pretty strict on Nobi's Lars. Not a very popular
they're not
display.
happy?
No.
I gotta imagine he sticks to his guns in grand finals if he gets there. But I mean, even that's not necessarily a given, man. Looking at how this bracket is working out. You and Take out first round? That's crazy.
So we did get Al advancing. He's going to go against Peckles right now, huh?
Yeah, they're playing right now.
It looks like it's 1-1 at the moment. Also, Hakayo going on.
Yeah, he's gonna face the winner of
This
whoever
match?
wins it. Yeah, of this match. And again, guys, if you don't know, this is taking place at Akihaba's Esports Square. This is another one of these very popular event space venues that are in the heart of Tokyo, right?
Yep.
If you watch any other game streams like Street Fighter V or any kind of like a big event spaces, this is a common venue for a lot of those esports events.
Tekken World Tour
Yeah, Tekken World
last
Tour,
year as
Tokyo
well.
Tekken Masters as well.
Nestled among all the maid cafes and the hobby stores
Just
and
kind
such.
of nestled in between. But thanks to you guys for joining us here at Namco's Bandai.
Bandai Namco.
God, man, I messed up. You do it.
I'm sorry, they changed it up.
You do it.
All right,
man.
guys, so you're here joining us, Majin Obama /Jazz /John, Michael. You're watching the Tekken 7 Pro Tour. It's an invitational, 8 players, 4 qualifying from the Tokaigi, right?
Yes.
And then 4 others who got their licenses due to past placements in tournaments, etc. So 8 players. We're about halfway through the tournament. Pretty exciting matches, like you said. Couldn't believe Take was knocked out so early.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure we were going to see Take in like top 3. I thought he was locked for the finals. And the thing was momentum, right? Consistent. He's gotten top 8 at every year. Tekken 7 has been an Evo, and Evo Japan. Like, that's nuts.
It's one of the more consistent players on his team, I think.
Yeah, I think
the most.
That's what everybody says, right? He's the most consistent.
Solid
But-
player, solid character.
But today in this top 8 bracket, see ya, but he's out of there. So we're waiting for the winner of Ao and Pecos, who is gonna fight Hakayo from West Japan, the king player from West Japan. And the winner of that is gonna move
I
on
heard
to
a
face.
Yosh from Al, so it seems like Al won. Pecos, really? He's out?
That's right, so
Wow.
there you see it, man. Yeah, Ao wiping his face, man. Brother sweating.
Still composed. We don't see any emotion this time.
Yeah, and I'd be sweating too, man, especially if Hakayo, the way he typically is a momentum-based player, right? So he got dropped in the loser bracket first round, but he beat Take. Who did he play after that? He beat Take, and if I'm not mistaken, you take Take out, and he's gonna face the winner of this right now. So yeah, he's got some momentum. If you beat Take in the loser side of a bracket, I think you're doing something right.
Oh, wow, we got the Elisa thing.
And he almost ran in front of the camera, but
And I'm being more cautious of what I'm talking about, also because Harada is like sitting right next to me. I can't say anything too crazy here on the stream. See, Oko here goading him to get on the English stream. He's like,
he's
don't
not
ask me
having
for
it.
shit.
Don't ask me for anything.
Who was the guy stepping in the camera? Who was the guy that they were talking
that was
about?
Hakayo.
Yeah, Hakayo.
Yeah, he's about to step up to play, but nature calls, man. You gotta run to the bathroom.
He's got to
sometime.
get right before his match, huh?
He had to take a sip of that New York water. Yeah, so again, I think in this era, especially in Japan, one of the highest performing King players for sure. But again, like we said earlier, one of the last vanguards from the Osaka scene. The West Japan guys have not been doing very hot in Tekken 7 overall. Hakayo is really like their best performing player really in
Well,
this
not
era.
even that. I mean, just King players alone. He's like the guy you
Yeah.
go to look for videos and stuff if you're trying to study King.
Yeah, and he's been in something of a slump recently, right?
それでは
So from pretty much since console
ル
was
ーザー
released.
ズセミファイナル
But we saw him clap back very
Hakayo
hard in the
選手
past 2 or 3
versus
months. So got
青
himself
選
a
手
full
を
license and he's
開始い
competing
た
on
し
the
ま
stage.
す
Well, the competition isn't still either. So
ワンピー側が
It's only
ハカヨ
tough
選
and
手ですツーピーカーが青選手です
one player sees Hakayo with
それで
Al
は
on the two-player
試合
side.
の準備をお願いいたします
And again, something interesting to note, like we mentioned earlier, a lot of the events in Japan, of course, are based on arcades. This event is console-based, and I think that's also a motivation that the event organizers want to do in Japan too, right? They want to be able to run events on multiple platforms, especially because abroad, obviously, the tournament standard is on console, and
But the interesting thing is, we're in Japan. I don't think there's a pad player here today at all, even though it is console and you could if you wanted to. There's just that difference in culture because we have the arcade.
well, yeah, for sure, all 8 of these players are definitely arcade born and raised. That would make sense, I guess, but
Fortunately, no stick malfunctions today either.
fortunately, right?
That's one thing you don't really have on the
Look,
arcade.
wait, do me a favor. Let's change the topic. Just change the topic. I'm gonna say something I'm gonna regret. But
Baiting you, bait.
no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I'll go off. But you guys see at the bottom of the screen all the sponsors that help make this event possible. You see Steel Series, no tariffs from Trump here. Zowie, shout outs to those guys, always making the tightest monitors.
Level is actually a build, what do you call it, BTO, the built-to-order computers, gaming PCs, etc.
Yeah, AK Racing with the lumbar support, these esports chairs. And of course, Bandai Namco Entertainment, JP.
You know, it's pretty unusual for a NAM cop to be on stream. They always call me the NAM cop, so.
I mean, you're like the Brigadier General, right? Like,
Yeah, I was banning people left and right the other day on the stream.
you're not even a cop. You're at least lieutenant rank, right? You're at least lieutenant.
Yeah, maybe a little bit higher.
Yeah.
It's all good. I like to have fun. I'm not gonna, get up on someone and give them a bunch of crap for just having fun. When it gets, malicious or disrespectful or something like that. But
Yeah, none of that here today, though, man. We're just here to
King.
enjoy some Tekken 7.
so I guess now we're talking about Hakayo. Somebody in the chat is talking. He brought up Lil Majin, which is another really good King player
yeah,
that
obviously,
really
yeah,
stood
yeah.
out for E-League. His performance was just exceptional.
Not just Elite final round. Yeah, he did pretty well for himself there too.
And, you know, he's not a young guy. He's been around the Tekken scene for quite some time.
He doesn't
too.
even just play Tekken either. He played a variety of games too. Little Monster, he's a monster.
He carried his whole team, man. He was good. Here we go. We're heading into the matchup. We got Hakayo versus Ao.
Yeah, so check it out. Hakayo, he had to beat Sho in order to get here, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen this matchup played before.
Round one. Fight.
Hakayo draws first blood. Low pokes from Ao.
Yeah, and that's how it's going to be. Al was going to really harass him with these lows. Again, King has just such great range, such great damage for his hits, but
He's got that knee, though, if
Yeah.
you're going to be poking too much.
Elisa definitely has the advantage with those lows. She has very far range. She's going to just try to harass him as much as possible. But Hakayo also very tight on his guard, too. Gets the big four, that's tracking on it, too. That's the big boot. And I told you, man, this is one of them new robots. She nasty. You need a license to make one of these things.
I think the damage output here favors Hakayo as well, so
Yeah.
Ao's really got to put in work here.
And also, this is a wall stage as well. The guy's going to want to push to the wall early on, try to get the wall game going. Doesn't help Al as much with Elisa,
Oh,
but
missed throw break.
giant swing, throw it back to the wall. Not so much damage that time because it didn't touch the wall, but gets him positional advantage.
Hakayo playing really defensive here.
That's just his style, man. He likes to block. Took a big risk with that low swing. No punish.
That lope's really good with King. He is at minus, but there's no answer to it.
Gets the shoulder shove hit there. Goes for the back flip, gets it. Down for one. Good block from Al. Al in rage now, but time going to become a factor, and there it is, the big standing four. That's that big boot.
Poke from Hakayo, and he's just gonna stand off. Drop kick, huh? Al chipping away. Looking for an opening.
Good side step there. Al really using his movement to his advantage. You can see him staying very up close, forcing the side step right. No throw break here.
Al's really having problems with throw this match.
Gets the
Rage
stop.
drive. Ouch.
All that just to eat the low.
Kind of anticlimactic into that one. Go for the pokes. Oh,
Break your arm.
no break from Al.
There we go.
Blocked low, good punish.
Big swing went for the 4-3 that time.
Al trying to get in there.
Big hits from
His
Al
guard
here.
is just so tight.
Yeah, he's again. They used to call him the shield of Osaka.
And as I say that,
Gets pushed to the wall. Now Al chopping him up.
I must have this curse or something. You know, when I say something, it just goes the other way.
It be like that sometimes. Like you just gotta go with it. Don't break your
Catches
legs.
him in the air. Wow.
Big swings here, working the lows too. Kyle looking really clean.
King's ahead, so he's just gonna set back there.
Just chill, just chill. Not even try to force it. Gets the throw break, gun hand. Gets the shoulder check, gonna push to the wall for this.
Wall combo.
I just want to smell you, girl. It smells like roses.
Frankensteiner.
Trying to put the tracking moves out there. I was just out of range. Got him rage active too.
Hakayo can just chill back. He doesn't need to go in there. Low. Rage drive. Oh, man.
Give me your leg, girl. You gotta be careful with these robots. You gotta make sure you always wipe them down when you're done. That's a big issue. I've seen a lot of people getting in trouble over that.
That was cool, I gotta say. Can only reverse the kicks, and he knew it was
And
coming.
he knew it was
boom.
coming. Yeah, good read.
Get ready for the next battle.
The chat seems to approve as well.
Of course they approve, man. They're all freaks. They all be in those stores. They know what I'm talking about.
I was talking about the King gameplay, but
flex that belt. Looking for Al to answer back here.
Round one. Fight.
Going for the poke. King put the pressure on.
Yeah, I'm looking for Al to harass a little bit more from a safe distance. Put those lows on him. It's a natural advantage Elisa has in this matchup.
Gonna go to the wall.
But unfortunately finds back to the wall here. That's where Hakayo turns up. Drink that juice.
Good duck.
Good duck and punish. Back to the middle stage.
Not to the wall, but
Not
almost.
to the wall, but almost, and then Al turns around, sidesteps left just to be able to hold it just in case. Race drive. Good block and punish. Gets it.
Good spacing. Going for the pokes. Oh!
Good
Gets out the
shining
shiny
attempt.
wizard.
Yeah, good tech. Much different dynamic to this matchup now. Give me that leg, girl.
No throw escape. Figure
that's that
four.
Kama Sutra shit.
Ouch.
Good tech on him.
I was being a lot more evasive this time.
Yeah, really using his movement. And again, that's something that he's famous for, right?
Running away.
Really, running away.
That backdash from a...
Oh, I mean, you say that. A lot of people talk about that with a negative kind of connotation, but
It's a strategy.
it's not just a strat. It's just like it's a game plan. It's a style, and it takes a lot of effort to execute well.
King's in the lead. He
Time
should
a
just...
factor now.
Oh, man.
My God. Wow. So mixing up the lows a little bit more now.
Putting on the pressure from Hakayo here. Whiff by Ao.
Yes,
Hakayo
the touch.
capitalizes, moving towards the wall.
Good duck.
Hakayo playing really tight here.
Yeah, and Hakayo has no reason to go in and really push this. Right now, Ao has rage. Huge life lead for Hakayo.
He's trying to bait the rage drive, I think.
Got his one interrupted that time. Big boot.
Playing very safe here.
Yeah, not trying to give her anything too bad to whip punish, right?
Al running out of time.
Very tight. Oh my God, sidestep right. Gets the launch. Time gonna become a factor here.
4,
Out with the wall too. Oh, runs up, gets the down. But here we go, Hakayo on set point. Give me that touch, crowner.
pressure.
Jesus, it's 50% just like that.
Throw escape.
Got the 4-3, no follow-up.
Rage already.
Oh my God. Now starting to work those great sidestep. Ow!
Perfect spacing, man. That was good.
Al staying alive here. Hakayo still on set point though. Don't touch me, girl. Get off me.
Get off me.
You're nasty. I don't know where you've been. I'm gonna take you to this wall though. Bomb. What you got for me? What's the open? Try the stomp. Good sidestep.
Good pressure.
Let's go for a ride. No.
Good duck.
Hakayo with big advantage here. Big positional advantage too.
Really tight defense by Hakayo here. Al trying to soften him up with the lows. No opening, no. 20 seconds left.
Oh, big whip punish from Al.
To the wall.
Now advantage Al here. Oh my God, Jimmy the King, crown him.
And that'll be it. Al is out of the tournament.
Al is out. Hakayo moving on. Hakayo going to face Nobi, if I'm not mistaken. That was a tight set.
It was exciting.
Tight set.
Just when I think Al's in trouble, boom, he gets his combo, but just still not enough.
And
to
you
finish
saw a
it.
lot of what makes Norma so fun to watch, right? He's willing to grind out these kinds of matches with you.
Hakayo?
Yeah. What did I say?
Norma?
Oh,
You love
Hakai.
Norma.
Hey, he just walked by. He just walked by. Don't pay me like
The
that.
chat's
man.
like, what can Obama say?
No, man.
Norma.
Hakai, again, that's what they talk about. This guy's really defensive. He's willing to stand there and block for long periods of time. Then when it's his turn, he'll go in. Or when he sees you show an opening, he will exploit it the hardest way possible. You saw him wait all that time, finally goes in, gets that sidestep hit, goes in for Shining Wizard for the finish up against the wall.
He's got a lot of damage, and his combo ender is usually the power bomb, which leaves him at the wall, on the ground, not a place that you want to be.
Yeah, you saw the one time he had really good Oki situation there, and I was able to roll out, but right after that, Hakayo was ready to capitalize on the movement. And then you see it, Nobi going up against Hakayo next.
See if Nobi can stay in the tournament, keep his streak. Recently, he's doing quite well.
And again, we saw this matchup just a little while ago, right? Nobi actually, again, picked Hakayo up by his neck, dropped him in the loser's bracket. So this is going to be a double jeopardy here. And once again, these guys have played actually a number of times over the past couple of months.
Not much luck for Yamase here. Both Take and Yu out quite early.
Yeah.
Nobi's the last one.
Nobi's the last little brother remaining.
熱い戦いが続いて
And
おり
again,
ます
the
が
matches a month ago,
その
right?
戦いもいよいよ
Nobi beat
残すとこ
Hakayo,
ろ
I believe,
ル
3-1.
ーザーズファイナルと
And
そ
then
して
Evo
グランドファイナ
Japan,
ルの2試合
Hakayo
の
gate
み
kept
と
Nobi
な
from
りまし
top
た
8.
今日ここ
And
東
Hakayo
京
beat
で
him, so
誰が
they're
頂
even on
点に立
exchanges
つの
going
か
into today.
熱い
But
戦
again,
い
you
を
saw
この
earlier in the
後ご
first
期待ください
round of winners,
さ
Nobi
あ
actually took the
一
win
度
out against
ここで
Hakayo.
選手の皆様
So
を
double
ですね
jeopardy,
休憩
zone
に
him to
入らさせ
show.
て
Can
い
he
た
adapt?
だきます。
Why
そ
you
の間にです
said
ね
that thing about Norma, man?
今
You
週
make me
リ
out
リ
to
ー
sound
スされ
stalker.
た
That is just stuck
ノ
in.
クティスについて紹介したいと思います。そのノクティスについて紹介説明してくださるのは家庭用鉄拳7プロデューサー大久保様、そして中津様、原田様で紹介をお願いしたいと思います。
So I was
それ
telling
で
you
は
earlier
大
about
久保様、
about
中津
Corey,
様、
right?
原田様、よろしくお願いいたします。
Senshu no Nyujo, the way he says it is like famous.
はい、よろしくお願いします。
And you
So
see
right now, they're just saying that we're gonna have something local.
実況とか解説すると観客入れて
Oh
ない
yeah,
か
here we
らか
go. Okubo, the producer. We got Harada, obviously, and Nakatsu, right?
とりあえず
The
予
development
想でき
director.
ないのがすごい
and these are all your
唯一
coworkers.
逆にね
唯一普通にわーって言ってたのが原田さんみたいな感じで他の人も結構真横に聞こえてくるんですよ。
なんかね不思議と行き詰まっちゃってコメントできない
できないですね。
ちょいちょい途中
It's kind of hard to hear what they're
ね解
talking
説とか
about,
入って
but I
ください
think they're just commenting on what they saw of the matches so far.
Yeah, we're down to our top 3 by now, guys. Once again, normal waiting and winner
それぐらい
side.
ね、行き詰まる。
いや素晴らしい試合が多いです
Losers finals here coming up. We got Nobi versus Hakayo. Nobi, of course, Tokyo area. Hakayo, the last remaining. They used to call him Kansai no Mondan. They used to call him the gatekeeper of West Japan.
ぜひ引き続きね皆さん見ていただければ今
So now they're
初
just
めて
talking
のね
about
配
how
信こういう
the
形で
tournaments are really
配信という形になりますし
exciting. The matches they
今後もね
seen so
ずっと
far
こう
really
いう大会
exciting.
やっていきたいのでぜひねこちらの大会も皆さんいろんな人をね見てもらいたいなと思ってます。その中ではいお知らせなんですけれどもこちらの大会ですね3月の9日に告知をさせていただいてその時点での使えるキャラクターということでねレギュレーション決めさせていただきましたので今回の大会では残念ながら使用はできないキャラクターにはなるんですけれども
So now I think he's just talking about Noctis, how
配
he
信したばっかりの
released just recently.
Yeah, what do you think about it, Mike?
ノクティスですね
It was just, you know, too soon before the tournament to allow him
よろしくお願いします
to be a playable character here.
I had that thought when I was messing around with him. I was like, man, that'd be Pekos. I was like, Pekos looks like the kind of guy who would learn Noctis, and then we're trying to run him in the day 4
I thought so too.
I was looking at him like,
There's a lot of
Pekos.
salt because people don't know how to deal with him yet. Like, did you see the Twitter that the person sent to Harada and was like really disrespectful?
What? Well, you said the tweet. Like, that's literally millions every day.
Right? And normally he would do like a Kamiya
Ooh, what's her name?
response.
What's her name?
Who? Which one?
No, don't worry about it.
Always the girls, man. You're like the robot girl, this other girl.
It's a new millennium, man.
Now, seriously, this is a really cool stage taken straight out of the Final Fantasy 15 University if you guys played the game. Noctis, he's got his traditional moves, you know, where he throws his weapons. He uses various different weapons.
He's got
he
the
uses fire,
spears.
he uses lightning. Pretty cool
Spears, got
character.
that little nasty little teleport move too.
Obviously, you can customize him in his fishing outfit here.
When's the Kingdom Hearts character coming?
Which one? Oh, did you see the Twitter with someone tweeted Harada a picture of Thomas the Train entering Tekken? Yeah, people are crazy, and some people actually believe it too.
That'd be Beast.
I don't know how that would work.
What's the name of the conductor? I forgot his name. They used to call him something.
No, it's Top Hat, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
boss guy. I gotta carry that all this stuff.
You wouldn't play him if you could?
No.
Man, I'm rocking.
Pretty cool character though. I mean, even Anakin mentioned that he thought this was 10 out of 10 as far as, you know, a playable, enjoyable, balanced character. He's still new, so I think a lot of people are still learning how to deal with him, but he is quite fun. So if you haven't, I hope you'll all check him out. If you learn him now, you can put a beating down on Gio. It's the perfect time. I want to watch that.
I'll
Get some strong zeros. So yeah, he was out March 20th, so this week,
It's like
actually.
day 4, day 5, something like that. I was definitely looking at Pekos. I was like, Pekos looks like the grimy kind of dude to run the new character on a day 4 tournament.
He would.
プロ選手の皆さんにもね、
Definitely.
いろいろ聞を聞いて、結構皆さん楽しんでいただいてる感じですかね。
そうですね、配信直後から
You're saying that, everyone
SNS
seems to be
とか
enjoying
見
the
てるんですけども、鉄拳プレイはもちろんなんですけども、意外とやっぱりファイナルファンタジー15
Seeing
の
that
ユ
Tekken
ーザーの皆さ
players are
ん
picking
が
them
そう
up and
いう
having
視
a
点
good
を選ん
time,
でいた
but
だいていて、
you've seen
ま
an
たノ
influx
ク
of
ティ
a
ス
lot
の
of
そ
fans
の
from
動
Final
か
Fantasy
してみて
15
も
that normally
そ
don't
の
play
Yeah, well, I mean,
Tekken.
yeah, that's good.
とか
That's a good
そ
thing.
の技の活用
That's what we're trying to achieve, so.
もちろん評価されてるんですけど、結構みんなカスタマイズを中心に遊んでて。
It seems like everyone is,
タケノコ植えたりとか、シ
saying
ャワ
what
ーヘッドつ
Nakatsu
けたり
is
とか、
everyone's enjoying the customization because I don't think you can do that in Final Fantasy, right? So this is the first time you
なんか盛り上
can
がって
change the look of the
ちょっとバズっ
character,
てます。
colors,
テスト
outfits,
熊の実の
etc.
漫画だったり書いたりしてる女の子とかいて、結構開発としては面白く見させてい
Even
ただいて。
you know from the development standpoint, it's pretty interesting.
触りやすいキャラクター。
そうですね。
てかね結構
はい。
思ったより鉄拳キャラになってる、実は
そうですね
だから PV とか見るとちょっと
意外とどうなのかなと思うんですけど、触ると
そう操
鉄拳
作
らしい
感とか
駆け引きをするん
間合い
ですよね。
の取り方が結局やっぱりギースとか後期とかに比べるとやっぱり明ら
Brad
かに
is
鉄拳
saying,
感
you
が
know,
そうですね。一部その
he
シフ
may
トブレイ
look
クだ
like a
けすご
totally
く
different
遠い距
character,
離から
but
攻撃
he
で
does
きる
play
の
kind
で
of similar to
特
a
殊なん
Tekken
ですけど、そ
character.
れ以外は本当に獲物を使ってるから長くてずるく見えるんですけど、鉄拳キャラクターも多分今の大会とか見てるとすごい遠い前から
鉄拳キャラは結構
技
全身量
全身量があって普通に距離で駆け引きするので、結構その辺は鉄拳らしい駆け引きをベースに作って、まあそこみんなが楽しんで
Just saying the
もらってるか
properties
な
of the technique and
非常
the
に開発とし
spacing
てありが
and
たいですね。
strategies are kind of similar to how you would use a Tekken character
まあ
compared to
発表されてる
Beast
ね
and some of the others.
DLC としては、ノクティスが今のところ一番最後でさせていただいて、引き続きでもですね、この後もね盛り上げていければと鉄拳7思ってますんで、
まあいろいろね、
そうですね。
昨日 please talk louder. We
昨
can't
日
hear
ですよ
you.
ね。機関車トーマスが参
機
戦
関車
する
トーマスはバズっててね、いや
バズってましたよね。
俺が
He brought up Thomas the Train. So they're talking about. So Noctis is the last character that we have planned at the moment for the DLC for the season pass. And people are saying, you know, what about this character? What about this? They're talking about the Thomas the Train mock-up that someone did. You saw it? The screen looks just like a Tekken
I mean,
screen.
why isn't it real? Why aren't we getting Thomas the Train in
信じてる
Tekken
人もい
7?
るんで、
ただ入らないですよね。
How does he sidestep?
オフィシャルな話まで一応確認させて
取りに行くとか大
He's
変
on a rail, dude.
He can't sidestep. It's a unique attribute. He can't sidestep.
動発信じゃないですから、
はい、じゃあそういうことで、次なんですけれどもね、私家庭用の鉄拳7以外に、ソルキャリバー6の、プロデューサーの方もさせていただいてて、先週の金曜日ですかね、ちょうどソルキャリバー6の本編のゲストキャラクターとして、こちらのキャラクターをアナウンスさせていただきました。
So now he's just talking about Soul
こちらの
Calibur
よろしくお
6,
願い
which
し
he
ます
also happens to be the producer of as well. And he announced this character last week. I was about to say it, but he's got the footage here. Man, Nightmare is so sick. You playing Soul Calibur? Not so much?
I'm more of a Voldo kind of guy.
I used to play a long time ago. Actually, when I joined the company, I worked on Soul Calibur 2.
Oh man, that's a hell of a game right there.
The team was, you know, much different than the Tekken team. They were good rivals and had their differences, but very professional.
Yeah, I really like Cervantes and Voldo.
Voldo's gross, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, he's gross. That's what
I
I
was
like.
starting to like get an understanding of you, a more
That's what.
deeper
That's, yeah,
understanding.
I want you to understand. I want you to understand.
Rock, man, he's cool. You know, he's got the 2 different swords in the game.
Yeah, he's a witch. He's a witch, right?
Right. So he uses the different sword depending on the opponent.
Is the redheaded lady in the game too? Is she in Tekken? I mean, the SoCal?
I can't say, but I don't see her in the environment.
I'm trying to see
so-
the redheaded lady.
She's not a robot. Are you okay?
No, she ain't a robot. She definitely ain't a robot, man. The redheaded lady, y'all know what I'm talking about.
He's fun to play. You know, I played him a bit before he was announced. His arts and stuff that he
はい、
uses
その
from
他
the
にます
original
今
games.
年発売になります。発売日の
You're saying
方
it's,
あり
out
ますの
this
で
year?
もう少しお待ちいただければなと思います。
そうですね。キャリバー僕4まで
Have you ever played The Witcher?
関わったり、コーディ
Yeah,
ネ
I
ータ
have.
What's his name, Gerald?
Geralt?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
ほぼほぼ
You're just like baiting me there.
That's my bad.
That's like, yeah.
僕に
You go to Vegas, you go to that Evo thing, right?
まあでもね、アドバイスはいただいてますし、もちろん同じ会社も。
You ever play some Gerald?
そうウィークちゃんはね結構うち番内なんかね結構つながりありますからね。
Yeah, it seems like reception was pretty positive. And again, it's the same kind of effect that what knocked his head on Tekken, right? You're getting a lot of people that don't normally play fighting games interested in the game and interested in playing the game and interested in learning about the game just because of.
I was dying. I knew when this was decided already for quite some time. And people were like, oh my god, you should have the Geralt from The Witcher in it. I was
後期の時やってないで
holy
すけ
shit,
ど、
is this a leak or is this dude just like asking for it because of the fan? Every time I was
ゲ
reading
ラ
the
ルトに関してはやっぱり剣の
See, so Soul Calibur. So that, I mean, and I think it's pretty. You know, that obviously that franchise has a history of guest characters, right?
Yeah.
For you know, a long
Yoda.
すぐに
Yoda,
対応できるように
Heihachi,
Vader.
Link,
で
Spawn, Spawn.
その技の終わった
You know,
後
Yoda,
の
Darth
戻り
Vader.
方っていうところに結構
God of War,
Yeah,
Kratos.
Kratos. We go down the list, but
でも言われ
Assassin's
ても
Creed too,
違
right?
うんですよね。やっぱすごくその辺私も
SEO?
関わらせてもらってすごく本当に
まあ異文
指摘が
そうだから
面白いな
すごく刺激になるし
この間の
勉強になります
is
よ
there
ね
anybody that you
田畑さんとのね
personally would want to see in the in a SoCal 6?
という感じでいい感じでねゲラルト
You,
表
this
現
is
で
your
きてると思い
personal
ます
thing. You don't have to.
頑張ってます
You have to give me any insight info, but just like who you would personally like to see in a game
見
like
てない
that.
そう YouTube とかにアーカイブ残ってます
そうですすごく面白い
Someone
です
from
普段話さないけど僕も
Game of
かなり
Thrones.
突っ込んだ内容
Like
で
the
好
Hound.
き勝
That would be
手
cool. That would be. Give me Jamie Lannister with one arm.
Dude, I met him.
Did you really?
Yeah, when we were at Kuwait at the Comic-Con. Very cool guy. I was trying to imagine this dude without an arm. You know, I was like, which hand should I shake?
SF のスタッフ困るぐらい無双してましたね
Very cool guy. I mean, a lot of times you meet these Hollywood types and they're like, yeah, whatever, talk to my agent.
Not even a Hollywood type, man. So have you met some people in the fighting game community? Get off of people.
I'm a streamer, man. Don't come near me.
Hey man, I've seen some esports events recently with VIP. What's level 3 VIP? What the hell is that?
そろそろ
Is that like a monetization point? You can like pay more money?
I don't know, man, but look, I heard they were paying people out in Bitcoin, and I don't trust that
すごく面
stuff,
白い試合
man.
です
予想しながら
楽しみですね
Paying Kim Jong directly, right?
They're paying out in crypto and stuff like that, man. Everybody filling out 1070 forms at the register and stuff. What the hell is that? What the hell is wrong with y'all?
鉄拳7にてリリースされた新キャラクターノクティス、実際にプレイしてみて皆様楽しんでいただけたらと思います。そして待望の新作となりますソウルキャリバー6、今後の情報をぜひ皆様楽しみに待って
Where
い
we on
て
the
くだ
tournament
さ
and
い。
then check out Soul Calibur 6,
皆様大
please.
変長らく
Also
お
at sale
待た
this
せい
year.
た
We
し
haven't
まし
announced
た。
the date
こ
yet.
こからはルーザ
Yeah,
ーズ
the game's been making the rounds
グラ
too,
ンドフ
right?
ァイナルを
Pretty much every major event.
Final round,
ます
I believe
その前に
BNA
で
is
すね
having an event
実
too.
況席の
Get like
皆
hands
様
on with it.
Yeah,
ゲイヤ
final
さん、
round.
金
It
子
was
さ
at
ん、そして中
it
津
was
さ
at
ん、
Evo Japan, obviously.
ですね。
It
この
was.
今までのトーナメント
And
の
I've
お
seen
さ
a
らいを
couple
お
of
願
events
いし
actually.
たいと思います。
We'll
そ
see
れで
more of
は
it this
実
year.
況席の皆様よろしくお願いいた
Yeah,
し
no
ま
doubt.
す。
Hey, you put the Soul Calibur logo on anything, man. I think people that franchise is very popular, especially even competitive and casual fans.
Yeah, I know
I like-
Eris. You know, one of my favorite streamers is a big Soul Calibur
SoCal
fan.
2,
so-
former SoCal 2 champion, right?
Right? That was before his famous pastime, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
This is a long time ago, man. Man, I was in like 7th or 8th grade. That's crazy.
So now they're just giving their impressions about the tournament.
Yeah, like we said before, you see losers final. Yamasa Nobi going up against
I have a weird shadow in my
the
hat,
s-
maybe?
the
Or is it
star of Osaka,
Hakayo, right?
King of Destruction.
That's a cool name, man. If
That's
I had
a
to
cool-
pick one,
So it's a cool name, right? And then the guy is built like a 12-year-old boy, right? Like he's very
King of
very,
Destruction.
very frail body,
right? Wait, the other hand, you got these big ass dudes that play Peeling, or not Peeling, but Ling Xiaoyu, right?
Yeah.
These big dudes, and like, what Xiaoyu? Well, shouldn't he be like a, like a Gigas or something, or even King maybe?
That's what they like, man. They like the slim build, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
グランドファイナルで待つノロマ選手への挑戦権をかけルーザーズファイナルノビ選手 VS 破壊王選手の試合を開始いたします
Nobi versus Hakayo.
1P 側
See if
ノビ
Nobi
選
goes
手で
with,
す
I would say Dragunov probably. Made the switch earlier, but didn't work out.
You saw him being at least a little bit stubborn with character section earlier, but Akayo, we know what he's going to bring to the table. He's going to
それ
bring
では
that
両
king.
者試合の準備をお
So,
願いいたします
I'm sorry, Nobi early on, he switched to Feng. Makes sense, he's using pass. But then, last round, switching to Lars and getting destroyed. I don't know what that was about.
Against Norma, yeah, that's maybe some character selection insecurity, perhaps. I'm not sure. It's a very strange decision.
Lars is a character you don't see often recently, so maybe he thought, he could pull some tricks on him, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, so once again, Hakayo from Osaka recently became a father. He's got this pro license now, trying to really just trying to live the dream and support his family now with money that he gets from
Dad,
pro
right?
gaming. Yeah.
Dad.
That's crazy. Hey, you know a thing or two about that. You got one on the way, you said?
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a father more times than I know, probably. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
That's not my fault. You took that one to the next level. Never mind.
I gotta counteract the chat, all the mean stuff they're saying about me on the forums at my favorite establishment, the Game Facts.
No, man, don't worry about them. Game Fact, they're harmless, bro. They're playing Pokemon and Smash Brothers right now. Man,
I don't let that stuff bother me. I'm just kidding. I mean, I see something, I turn it off. I go to the gym. I do work, whatever.
Look, I'm gonna tell them what I tell people that get at me, man. At me, dog. At me.
What's that even mean?
Just means like just tell me. Just tell me. Don't just say it
on Twitter.
Yeah, don't say it anonymously. They come at me.
So if they say, Obama, I don't like you, man. You suck.
I'll say I'll see you in Las Vegas this year, and I'll choke. Never mind. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about it. No Richard Lewis.
I had some interesting words with Aris on this. He was like, he had a different perspective. You kind of like revel in it, and you just like.
Yeah, just embrace it. Just eat that up.
Because I didn't explain it well, but I was trying to say at the end of the day, I just tune out and I do my own thing. I don't care. And he was like, no, that's not how you do it. Man, you're like that Tom Brady guy. You're gonna get like lit up.
So here we go. No BR. Showing you what kind of match this is gonna be once again, right from the start. God damn. Chopping this tree. Push the wall. Norma trying to get his way. Shining Wizard. What you got for him? What's the Oki? Roll out. Chopping and chopping.
Low on health.
4-3. And there we go. Finish off with the down 4.
Interesting match. Very defensive Hakayo against Nobi, who's very aggressive on the offense.
Yeah.
Training
Again, double
blows.
jeopardy here. Nobi made it a quick 2-0 earlier, if I remember correctly.
Punishable.
Or step going high.
Oh, ducking throw, huh?
Part 2.
No escape. Usually you escape right around there.
Part 3.
No,
Are you serious?
Nobi! That's not Gatorade, man. What was he drinking?
He needs some Alka-Seltzer after that one, man. God.
Miss slide. Nobi backing it up a little bit.
It's just one round, though. That's all it is. Right back in there.
Hakayo very defensive.
Gets the shoulder check. Nothing after.
Escapes.
Tech, don't you dare try to swing me.
He does have his back to the wall, so you don't want to hit that throw.
Yeah, exactly. That's the scary part, right? When his back is to the wall, you have to be even more conscious of the throw game coming. Because it's just such a big reward. And there he goes for it again. And
Just
he
like
gets it.
that.
Oh my god, he's gonna lose so much
Ouch.
HP.
Look at the
The
damage.
wall, super? No, that's a block.
Nobi throwing the match away.
What's the start?
Down 2.
Just 4 dashes down 2. Big swing, good punish.
Oh, it's minus. It's not really punish. Oh, good knee. To the wall.
Bomb.
On the ground at the wall.
It's the 2-1 there. Knockdown afterwards goes low.
Oh, this match goes to Hakayo.
Nobi maybe a mental guard break somewhere along the way.
He's got to feed his kids, man. I love this song. When you got like a good stereo system at home and you're just pumping this music, it's great.
Yeah, you gotta wonder what's up with Nobi right now.
He's like, oh my god, I drank too much. At least it's no, Lars, that was a horrible decision. Stick with Dragon
At this point, yeah, you gotta stick with your guns, man.
Round 1. Fight.
What you got?
Trade blows.
Start off with the trade.
Pressure from Dragunov.
Yeah, and even just by blocking, look at the slowly inching towards the wall.
Doesn't matter, he's got the throw right into the wall though, right? Power bomb. Just like that, the other end of the stage, huh?
Just low kick, chop him with the down 2, not gonna matter. Akai already with the 1 punish.
Fight.
Nobi being more defensive.
Putting these pokes out there. There you go, punish on the power crush. Not safe.
Eats the throw.
And now Oki here, yeah, the down 2 is gonna check you out of tech rolls.
Nobi chopping away here.
Kyle's poke game getting eaten up with good down parry. Gonna get good return from this. Bomb, what you got for me? Jaguar step, empty.
Finishes it with the
Oh,
salt.
that for just a running 2.
Nobi seems to regain his momentum here.
Attack.
Putting the pressure on. Slowly inching towards the wall.
Not trying to just steal a win all at once, right? Also willing to just outbox him here.
Good sidestep.
Oh, gets giant swung
again,
though.
against the wall. Ouch.
Didn't
Nobi
matter ultimately.
recovers.
Yeah, gets the counter hit as well.
Fight.
Big 4 there. So much reach.
Slowly chipping away.
Good sidestep. Kyle in rage, but got a long way to go here.
Nobi just standing back. Finishes him off with a low kick.
And at that point, it was checkmate.
Kind of interesting to see Nobi playing so conservatively
Yeah.
here.
Was back to the wall for sure. Back to the wall. Obviously, Kyle 1 game up in this first of 3. This is a player that's beaten him in tournament before. You don't want to get too relaxed.
See Nobi meditating here.
Get ready for the next battle.
He looks so sleepy. It's only what, 8:45. Okay, this is 1-1.
I always think of Shawshank Redemption when I see that his intro. When he's crawling. I don't know why I think of that movie, but starting off with the
Salt.
running 2, push to the wall.
Delayed knee.
Kyle working the down 1, goes for a throw. Don't be wise to it, ultimately gets tagged. Jaguar bomb, what you got for me? Stomp. Go low. Push on Kyle now. Gonna take the DDT.
Man, really on the defensive this time. You don't really see him like this.
Round 2. Fight.
Big swing, staggering with the low, standing low as well. Oh, and there's that knee. And you go into this wall, boy.
Misses. Nobi fighting back. Can't escape.
Working his way in, down back 3, gets the 4. Two more series, last round. No walls anymore for Hakayo. Gonna have to do it honest against Nobi at least 1 round.
Good punish.
Good
Throw
tap.
escape. Oh,
Perfect sidestep
assault.
on the assault. Drops the last couple hits of his punish, but gotta feel good about that. That's a small win. Attack. Don't touch him.
Wow, 3 down 2s in a row.
But he finally calls out the last one, and there you go, down parry. Bomb. What you got? What's the look here?
Still not rage.
Nothing. He doesn't show anything.
No answer to that.
Just rage drive.
Nobi chipping away. A little bit more.
Oh, and the stand 4.
Round 4. Fight.
Put on the pressure. Throw escape.
Good break.
Another assault.
And Nobi staying point blank range too, maintaining offensive control. Good movement, getting just out of range of these moves.
He keeps missing the back 1+2. Good punish.
Yeah, the movement is so good on both sides. Finally gets a big hit. Kyle with a chance here, gonna get the bomb. What's the look after?
Nobi rage.
Just stop.
It's a low
Finally
kick.
gets him with the low kick, and there you go.
Nobi last back against the wall.
2-1 Hakayo. And again, this is.
Are we gonna see another Lars? No?
I hope we do. But again, you got to bring up the fact that Nobi had to beat Hakayo in order to get his pro license at Tokaigi. But again, Hakayo beat Nobi at Evo Japan. He beat him and kept him out of Evo Top 8, Evo Japan Top 8.
Get ready for the next battle.
This is a match Hakayo can win.
Yeah, you're not seeing much aggression from Nobi like you usually do.
He's definitely playing. Feels like he's playing out of his element, right? You see shades of it sometimes, but
He's playing very compact, you know. Nobi likes to throw out a lot of moves once in a while that no one usually uses that much. Or like the jump kick into the Rikemi and stuff like that.
Round 1.
He's playing very compact, a lot of mids, a lot of down 2s.
once again, this stage, the wall's going to come into play here.
No
Just
break.
a leg break.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
No break yet.
Oh,
But look at the Oki, and then oh man, gets tagged, but they were standing for anyway.
he didn't continue the string. Nobi keeping up the pressure.
And the wall, chopping him down.
This throw. Get off me.
Both of them Tekken on each other.
He completes the string. Armor.
Finally
Nice
gets the big power
finish.
crush in the finish.
That's typical Nobi there. Pressure. Assault.
That's just 2 blocked assaults on your back's already to the wall. Like, that's not fair, man. That's not fair. He doesn't even get
Very
hit.
not fair.
He didn't even get hit.
He's like sidestepping. Nobi keeping it tight.
And now staggering his offense too. Putting the mids out there, putting the lows out there, gonna take this corner damage. Once again, dropping that bow on his head. Let's go.
Assault, assault, assault.
Finally goes low to close it out. Nobi now looking like he's starting to bounce back a little bit, looking like he's awake. Oh, good tap.
Throw break. Oh, like that. That's what I'm talking about. When you just like throw something crazy out there.
Sidestep, and there it is. Gets the hop kick and all this. Oh, just rolling all over him.
He likes to do that mix up to jump over and kick. Whiff.
That's the whip
Ouch.
punish, and yeah, Nobi with a very strong clap back there.
Unusual for Hakayo to play so, you know, open and loose like that. Usually a little bit more tight, more defensive. Hakayo.
And maybe got a little bit more, maybe got a little bit comfortable with his lead.
Man, that's hard to say, and we live in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Get ready for the next battle.
Here we go. Last? Is it 2-2?
That's 2-2. Yeah, this is the last game. Losers final, and again, winners going to move on to face Norma for the first ever Tekken Pro Championships at Bandai Namco Entertainment Japan.
Face who?
Norma. Norma is in winner's side. I got it right that time.
Norma.
Andy Dufresne did a lot of things. Here we go. Game 5, what you got?
Oh, good punish.
Oh, good tech
Throw
on the
escape?
command. Yeah, you definitely want to break that one. His Oki afterwards is too dangerous again. Gets the crown afterwards. Kyle trying to answer back here. You get good carry. Bomb, what you got?
Pressure.
The 4 out there.
Switches.
Yeah, good first one. Oh, gets the power pressure.
Keeping up the pressure.
Both players playing very linear so far. There we go, gets the hop kick.
To the wall. Finish it.
Break that.
Is this that stage that Steve says he likes?
What do you mean that stage? He says it about everything.
Assault to the wall already.
Working the jabs now.
Power bomb.
Running bomb, here we go. It's the low. Oh, the big boot on the wall. Down parry on. Oh my God, what a read. Hakayo.
Round 3. Fight.
And momentum, when this brother feels it, man, he goes in. Now talk to me, give me that leg.
Escape. Nobi keeping the space.
Mixing up his throw types too.
Good choice against the wall.
Gets the counter hit here. Push, stomp on him. Kyle backing off now. Back to the wall, gotta be dangerous. Here we go, arm break.
Escapes.
Big lariat and the follow-up. People's elbow, Hakayo. Set point, Hakayo. Oh my God, over Nobi.
Nobi could be out of this.
Just a big blue hole and Hakayo feeling it now. Got momentum. Willing to play neutral now.
Chopping away.
You want to come get me, you gotta get through these boots. Let's go. Shoulder check.
Ouch.
Oh, baby, you gonna pay for this.
To the wall. Keeps up the pressure. Maybe go for the switch again.
Yeah, side switching. Nobi with positional advantage here, but here we
Good
go.
job.
Hakayo, oh my God. You on the verge of it. Nobi with rage though.
Nobi keeping tight to the other wall.
Hakayo over Nobi and loses final. He can't even believe in himself.
Reed. Nobi's out. Team Yamasa further eliminated. All three.
Hakayo beats Nobi in the run back. Dang.
I thought Nobi had it, partway through. We saw that aggression, that keep him against the wall, could use the power crush. Then partway through, Hakayo just switched it up. That defensive state went straight to offense, kept the pressure on.
Yeah. Check out these replays. You see here, this was the multi throw that he just did not break. He just lost a round.
It's like taking a nap or something.
I get hit by this stuff.
I don't, man. I mean, the third one you should get out of.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if you just mash it.
You rarely see it go to that level in a high level match, but he got tagged by it and lost a round, ultimately lost the game for it. Here we go. Just strong performance from Hakayo there. Back to this second to last round rather. Shoulder check, and again, big sequence here, gets the people's elbow for the finish. Going into the last round, intense exchange here at the wall. Nobi looked like he could maybe stage something here. He had rage, had the wall, but Kyle rolling around, takes the wall for himself, puts that big boot out there, and then takes a trade for the win. Nasty set, man, in double jeopardy too. Nobi picked Hakayo up and said, get out of here. Put him in loser's bracket. They get the run back in losers finals, and Hakayo just claps back really strong. Wow. So that means grand final is going to be Norma from Kyushu up against Hakayo from Osaka. 6 players from Tokyo coming into this tournament. All of them are gone. All of them are gone.
グランドファイナルを開始いたします。
グランドファイナル。We're at the グランドファイナル。 So,
I told you, when we come back, I want you to come into the camera looking like that. Pick your head up.
九州の長崎です。バリバリの九州男児です。
so here we go. He's talking about being from Kyushu. Kyushu Danji is like a
負けず
famous
嫌いが多
expression.
くて、
Talking about
戦で
how
負け
he really
たり
hates
した
to
ら
lose
絶対
at
リ
anything.
ベンジして殺してやるっていう地域で育ってきたので、
Whenever he loses, he's like, I'm gonna destroy this fool next round.
自分のメインキャラクターは
Main
ジャック
character is
セブン
Jack.
っていうロボットのキャラクターです。最後の勝負が決まる瞬間の読み合いっていうのが自分得意で、集中力の高さが
Thing's very good at when it comes down to the wire, the focus of reading his
自
opponent
分
and
が
making
取
a
った
correct
タイ
read.
トルの中で一番大きいのは鉄拳ワールドツアーの韓国予選で自分が優
Some
勝
of
し
the
たこと
Tekken
なん
World
ですけど、
Tour, you know, when he
韓
went
国
into
って
Korea
修
and
羅
just
の
eliminated
鉄
all
拳
those
修羅の国
killers.
って言われてるぐらいもうすごく強い中で自分が優勝して自分の人生の分岐点だったとは思ってます。
Saying that's kind of like a changing point for him.
プロライセンス取得者の最初の大会なんで負ける気は全くないで
It's
す。
the first tournament as a pro
申
licensed
し訳ないで
player,
すけど倒させていただき
and
ます
there's no way he
っていう感じ
can
ですね。
lose.
Well, he's definitely backed that up so far.
Where did you get the poses, man? That's cool. You need one. You did one of those earlier.
What, where I just roar?
Yeah, you were like, "Ah." I think we're gonna see a gif of that later. Hakayo. In case you guys don't know, King player.
っていうプライドはあります。
See the Glico man in the background?
Osaka,
日本
one of
の
my
鉄拳
favorite
って今
cities.
関東と九州が強いって言われてるんですけど、
Man, the flavor's a little bit different if you know
今
what I
回
mean.
の大会で俺が勝って
He's talking about how
Osaka
you know
Saikyo
Tekken's
って
well
わかります
known for Kyushu area, the Kanto,
普段
which
すごい
includes
人見知
Tokyo,
りなん
those
ですけど、
areas.
でガチ
But
の喧嘩
he's got
も買いもしたこともなく
Osaka on his
て、
back.
鉄拳では人が変わりますね。相手をフルボ
He
ッコ
said
に
he's
し
a
た時
very
たまらないんですよ。
laid back, kind of quiet guy, but when he plays Tekken, he just
僕がいつも
switch,
使う
just
キャラ
flip,
クターは
and he's a
相
totally
手の
different
技を
person.
受け切って、僕の技を返すっていうスタイルなんですけど、
He
まあ
likes
まさに
King, who
プロ
you
レ
know
スその
receives the opponent's attack but powers through
最
and
近
does even more
新しい
damage
命が
as a
生まれ
counterattack.
まして、僕の心にこう火がついたっていう
Saying
感じが
as
し
a
ま
kid
した。
now, which
そ
is
の
kind
た
of
めに
motivated
絶対
him
負けるわけに
to
はいかない
play even better.
8人でこう誰が一番強いプロだみたいな決める一発目だと思ってるんで、
The chance to decide who's the best out of all the 8
大
pros
阪代表とし
currently in
て
Japan.
他の連中全員ぶち壊したろい。
And he was saying, as the representative of Kansai or Osaka, he's going to destroy everyone. Hence Hakayo.
Yeah. His name is literally King of Destruction, and he plays King.
I never
グ
thought
ラン
about
ド
that.
フ
It's
ァイナ
pretty
ルを
cool.
戦う両選手が揃いました。それでは
He doesn't
お
look like
二
a
人
king.
意気込みを聞いていきたいと思います。まず
Appearances
は
can be
ノロマ
deceiving,
選
Mr.
手、
Murray.
このグランドファイナル意気
Well, like
込
you
みを
said,
お
when
願
he
い
plays
します。
Tekken, to switch.
Well, I mean, that's the cool thing about
最初
fighting
言った通
games.
り
You're
去年
able
の
to
夏か
express
らシン
yourself
グルのタイトルを
differently
取れ
through
て
these
ないん
games
で
than you are in real life.
もうウィ
You
ナー
see
ズ
Kettle
で
Cup
こ
main
こまで上がってきたので
stage.
負
He
け
got
ず
second
に
place at the
勝ちたいと思いま
Uno
す。応援お願いします。
Tekken World Tour Grand Final Top 8. Evo
ノロマ
Japan
選手、あ
4th
りがとう
place.
ございま
Norma.
して続きまして、
Huge
破
year
壊王
for
選手、いよいよグランドファイナルです。今
Kai
の
on the
意
other side
気
has
込みをお聞かせ
recently
くだ
come
さ
out
い
of。something of a slump, right? He's been almost kind of ghost for a year and a half. But
自分で
recently, Evo
こう
Japan got
決勝まで
shut
進
outside
ん
of
で
top 8.
優
And
勝
guess
し
who
たってい
beat
う
him
こと
to
が
keep
もう
him
今
out
ま
of
で
top
ない
8?
んで
He lost to Norma twice at
ここ
Evo
は
Japan.
最後頑張って優
Lost to him
勝
twice.
し
It
ま
was
した
the
いと思い
last
ま
match
す。
of semifinal
よろしくお願いしま
of
す。
before top 8. Tito Kaigi got fourth
Hakayo
place,
選手、
barely got in,
ありがとうございました。
lost to Pecos for in the third
それ
and
では
fourth place match.
グランドファイナル
Ultimately got
の
his license
試合の準備をお願いいたします。
He's just saying typical formality. Let's start
そ
the
れでは
match.
ここからは実況席の方に
So he's just introducing us.
Yeah, so once again, we're about to get grand finals started off. Thanks to each and every one of you guys who tuned in here at twitch.tv/Tekken to watch this Tekken Pro Championships, the first ever Tekken Pro Championships featuring the Pro License System, brought to you by Bandai Namco Entertainment Japan.
You gotta write this down.
Yeah, look, man, I'm one for like 8. I'm 1 for 8. That's a mouthful, bro. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Don't be like that. Come on, man.
At work, we even just shorten it. We're like B&E.
But yeah, again, thanks to all you guys tuning in. This is going to be grand finals, and it's going to be, again, a run back of the last day 2 match from Evo Japan.
Right.
This is going to be Norma versus Akayo.
Got a lot of Tekken going on recently. There's a Tiger Uppercut.
It's too much, man. Yeah, Tiger Uppercut going on now and tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
This event here for Japan. it's kind of a rare occasion. You know, they don't really English stream these Japan-only events, so it's a good chance to see some of the Japanese players you might not normally see.
Yeah, well, you got to give thanks to Masakari Jin and Well Played. If you guys don't know, hit him up on Twitter and tell him you appreciate us being able to bring you this kind of action from Japan in English, because it was a point that they wanted to make when they run these events here featuring the pro license. They want to be able to bolster again this esports kind of push in Japan. They wanted to have an English stream. They thought it was important. So do us a solid, guys. Get on Twitter and go talk to Masakari Jin, man. Tell him thank you for helping set this up.
And I gotta say, it's been great commentating with you. This is like the first time I've actually been on the mic the whole time. You know, I've done with Mark Mann and other people, but it's been a pleasure, and maybe we'll do more events.
Yeah, you don't have to lie, Mike, but I appreciate you.
No, it's cool, man. I mean, it's interesting because you live in Japan as I do, and you have the mindset and insight into the arcade culture and the kind of workings of Tekken as well. So it's really cool.
Yeah, well, it's fun, man. I mean, you know that more than anything else. Yeah, man, it's fun. It's interesting. It's a culture. It's a lifestyle, man. So here we go. Norma sticking with the double gym, man. We haven't even seen the Jack today.
But in the video, he's talking about the Jack. Yeah. How much his favorite character and all that.
He hasn't had to go to it yet. And here we go again. Rematch from Evo Japan. Norma beat Hakayo twice in Evo Japan. Single-handedly eliminated from the tournament right outside top 8. Hakayo trying to get revenge today. And this is essentially, what, $2,000 money match here? Winner gets $6,000.
First is 6,000, right?
Second place a little bit over 3,000. Here we go. Strong.
Laser scraper at the wall.
Norma, baby, coming from the south.
This is my character, Devil Jin.
Hakayo scores the hit. Gonna take him to the wall here. Gets the big crush on the rollout after. Oh, choke him out.
Oh.
Norma in rage now. Got him on the wall. This is not over. Oh, gets the sweep.
At the wall again.
And then rotates around to maintain position. Gets the big hit. Norma! You cannot rest easy against this guy, man. His focus is unreal. Let's go, Shining Wizard.
Wow.
Put that knee in your skull.
Picks him up in the air.
You want to play with the big boys, you're going to get bombed. Let's go. Stomp on him. Good tackle. Let's play neutral. I'm going to chop you up. I'm going to duck, and I'm going to give you this, too. I'm going to give you this electricity. I'm going to shock you.
Wild Rising 2.
Give you that Wild Rising 2 punish. Here we go.
No wall.
Let's play neutral. I'm going to dash in your face. Hakayo coming on strong here. Bomb. Stop. Never mind. Goes with overhead.
Round 4. Fight.
Match point. Devil Jin.
Ooh, good tech on the Shining that time. So you see, Hakayo's shown Shining twice in a row. Look for him to mix it up.
Fishing for the counter hit.
Got the side step with the 4-3, was able to tag him out of it. And Norma just in complete control. Wow.
I'm surprised. I didn't know a Jack player would be able to play like this.
Man, when this brother comes on, and he comes on strong, man. It's, again, just focus and control.
That's what he said he's famous for, right?
Focus and control.
Get ready for the next battle.
Game 2. Now, this
So we're in a
stage-
different stage now. This should maybe change it up a bit.
Yeah, no wall loss here, so it's going to be good for Hakayo. Able to get, obviously, his wall mix-ups.
Round 1.
But that's if Norma gives him the chance, man. He didn't even get too many chances last game.
There is pretty heavy wall pressure. Got the up forward 4, the hell sweep. Good spacing from
Swinging
Norma.
on each other, yeah, man, the neutral. Putting out that stomp out there, mixing it up with his highs and his mids. The 2-1.
Hell sweep.
Yes. Norma gonna get all this wall push for that. And again. Oh, gets him with the hell sweep again.
Bad read.
Tech on the giant swing. Don't touch me.
Round 2. Fight.
No punish.
Oh, sidestep
Swift
it
punish.
like.
Wow. This will go to the wall, right?
Yes, absolutely. Give me that leg.
No escape. Will we see the third part? No.
No,
rolls
just gonna
off.
take the Oki from here. Put the 4-3 out there, but no, nothing after. Norma opting to sit down. Gonna take this down. Parry, unfortunately, doesn't get the follow up. Rage drive
Second
though.
hit. This could finish it. No.
Stop short, and then Hakayo puts the big boot out there.
Good comeback.
It just got interesting. Let's go.
Fishing for the counter hit. Goes to do the Samsara. Wall. Good pressure.
Strong wall play by Norma. Hakayo fighting with his back out. Trying to get back out there. There we go. Gets the crumple. Bomb. Tries to attack him with the down 4. Norma wakes up, gets the correct button press. Gonna take the wall in the round.
Solid pickup with electric.
Yeah.
He seems to be getting stronger with Devil Gene as the day progresses even.
Yeah, this was I mean, we weren't prepared for this pick. I was definitely not expecting Norma to show Devil Jin. But he hasn't even had to go to Jack.
They picked a real character.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna get in trouble. Good throw escape.
We'll put that knee out there.
Wall.
Gonna take the wall. Trying to put the 4 out there on the stand recovery. Tags him up low.
1-1.
Okay. Okay, Hakayo, I see you, I see you.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
Someone must have seen me. Like, don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat.
Devil Jin.
You don't want to see what's there. Howard Estate. I love the stage, man. The music is so good.
Get ready for the next battle.
Did you ever play in the old Fatal Furies?
I play yeah, a little bit of KOF. Some Garo too recently.
First thing I did when I got to Japan, many years ago, bought Akira actually, bought a Neo Geo, Fatal Fury Real Bout, and some of those
Loaded it
other
up.
games I wanted. They were so expensive back then, though. The cartridges, that is.
That down, man, that low was gonna cost Norma right here with that down parry from Hakayo.
And it's like a different person this match.
That's funny, man. Those just like the almost instant momentum swings. Norma clapping back just like that. Making a good push to the wall here. Positional advantage for Norma.
Pressure.
Gets the crumple, gets the low afterwards.
Round 2. Fight.
Up forward 4. Hell sweep. To the wall.
Free push for all this. Good blocks from Hakayo. Oh, against the knee in response.
That's why they don't usually use the up 4 that much.
Put yourself in a bad situation, especially against this King character. Both players making...
It pays off sometimes.
And both players making sure to never have their backs towards the sliding doors, right? Because you know the potential that opens up for. I know you've seen those tweets, Michael Murray. I know you've seen... Oh, God.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Laser scraper.
Big move out. Oh, gets the crumple here, too.
Power bomb. Close to the wall now. King putting the pressure on.
Uh-oh.
Muscle buster, right?
Yeah, there we go. Kyle with the low afterwards now.
Oh, good wall standing too. To the wall.
Norma with the text.
Mid after mid.
Big advantage for Norma too. Look at that health. Doesn't even feel like it's been that long. Oh my god, they're both feeling each other out.
Right up in his face, man.
Big moves. Kyle just eats one too many hits and there we go. Got kind of sloppy towards the end. Normally kind of just putting out fours, but goes up 2-1 now.
Devil Gene is just such a cool character, man.
Yeah, we didn't have much confidence in this pick at first, but he's busted everybody.
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
He busted everybody he's going up against today. But starting from the Nobi match, right? Went up against Nobi, and we were expecting Jack to come up. He goes with Devil Jin.
Out of all these guys, there aren't any notable Devil Gene players. Most of the guys you usually see, we don't see them at the tournaments like this.
Oh yeah, even with the exception of Kazumi. Very little Mishima representation here today.
No Heihachi, no Kazuya at all.
Well, there was Kazumi, but
Take eliminated.
there was.
I didn't say that you did. Hell sweep.
Once again, these hell sweeps, man. How many? He's got
Drop the combo.
A very high percentage of those today. Again. Just taking all that
Really
damage.
is a mix-up though. It's the hell sweep or it's the up forward
Yeah.
4. So.
Oh, two?
Oh no.
3?
Just like Nobi, right?
Oh, finally. Okay, there we go.
That's a lot of damage though.
Yeah, that was all from one sequence. Crowns him, goes low, Hakayo.
Round 2. Fight.
This is one of my favorite stages. The esports arena.
Yeah, man, it's not the same. It's not the same without Snoop Dogg, but this was not bad. Here we go. Hell sweep again.
At the wall.
Push you.
Hell sweep or up forward? No, neither.
Just get all this wall damage. Oh, crushed the ray drive.
The pressure. Oh. Eats the down forward 1. Magic 4.
Cracks his ankles. Electric in the pickup afterwards. Gonna get the wall once again. This is where we see last round was fought. Unhand me, sir. Big electric here once again. Gets the wall. Norma on tournament point. Just dashing in his face, not even pressing anything. Gets the down 2. Here we go. You going right back in that wall, boy. Down, Perry. Talk to me.
He's like, I'm reading.
Hell sweep again.
At the wall.
Let's go, Norma. Feeling it now. Got him on the wall. Okay, big knee from Hakayo. I see you. That's from Osaka. That's down. That's out there in the west. Put that boot on him.
Still a ways to go though.
Oh. Wow. Is he really gonna close it out like that? Lasers. Norma.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, Tekken Pro Championship, the first ever Tekken Pro Championship winner, Norma. From down south in Kyushu takes it over Hakayo from West Coast Japan.
Hakayo is poor kids, man. What are they gonna do?
I mean, he got what, a nice $3,000 purse. I think they'll be eating
Not bad for a day's work.
they'll be able to get their Gerber money, their Gerber food for the month. But Norma ultimately coming away with the championship here today.
It's a surprise Devil Gene, though.
Yeah, not even with Jack. Yeah,
Jack was
all the
maybe
promo
1 or 2
videos. They got
matches.
Jack all over the promo videos. He didn't even play him.
My favorite character is Jack. Okay, I'm just fooling you guys. Just playing.
But yeah, thanks to you guys for watching at home.